Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of our wonderful podcast. Babe, what's the name of it? Because I done forgot.
How did I get stuck with you?
How did I get stuck with you? I am still
trying to
figure this shit out. Today, is it nighttime?
That's all the that's...
This nigga's a guest. He don't know what the name of our podcast is. I think we took him for a spin. He said, what the fuck going on?
Yeah.
Now he's like, how did I get stuck in this podcast?
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure everybody's wondering who the fuck this nigga is sitting next to me. Do I say without further ado? That's not.
Sure.
I think you're supposed to say that after a long introduction.
No, you say that for like when niggas are like expecting. I just kind of popped up.
Without further ado.
Hey, who?
But, I got my little brother. He's really like my older brother because this nigga's way more mature than me. And he came in to pop into our podcast, man, and drop some knowledge because this is a topic that, he's in right now.
I'm going to say not knowledge. This is just an alternate perspective. Take this information with a grain of salt because I'm still figuring it all out as I go.
Yeah. So
Aren't we all?
I know we're going to go off a little off script right quick.
Okay.
So I seen this thing on the, it's taking the internet by storm.
Oh.
It's a debate that people are having about if you go out to dinner with your friends,
Is it blue or gold?
Is it blue or gold? No. It's white. It's white. But they have this debate on the internet right now. Everybody's debating about it. Basically, when you and a group of your friends go out to eat, do you guys just split the bill evenly? Or is there, you pay for your food, only what you buy? Or does everyone just pay evenly? Everyone's saying you's a broke ass nigga if you don't just split the bill evenly.
Wait, you talking about the male?
This is a real debate.
So is it the man who like?
No. I'm talking about a group of friends. Period.
Yeah.
So if I were to go out with a group of my friends, who like, is there supposed to be like a designated payee, like somebody who just pays for the whole meal?
Let's just say y'all
Absolutely
run up let's say y'all run up a $600 tab, and it's you and three friends. Basically, they're saying that the real nigga thing to do, the boss balling thing to do, would be to just split the bill evenly. Everybody pay $200.
Okay. Well, we're gonna start here because a lot of restaurants don't even allow you to split bills, and divide it, amongst everybody that's there.
Right.
So for one, we got to figure out where we're going first.
Right.
Second of all, I ain't paying for nobody's meal.
Right.
Okay. Group of friends or not, unless it's your birthday. You know what I'm saying? That's
but
a courteous
would you
thing
be
to
paying
do.
for somebody's meal really? Because wouldn't they be paying for yours too? In a sense.
No.
Not always,
No?
because it really comes down to what's the pricing looking like. Because, Mystery Men, a movie from back in the 90s, touched on this perfectly, where they're like, okay, you guys want to split the meal 3 ways. And every single time, the steak eater picks the pocket of the salad guy. And it's like, it's not always going to be fair based off of who purchases what. But me personally, I think what's really important is to establish who you're going with when you have these type of activities, because not everybody is going to be that courteous friend that's like, let me pay for what I got, or even further, like, let me do something to spot the people around me. Some people are those cheap friends where it's like, well, let me come and piggyback off of what the fuck everybody else is doing tonight without really let's split it.
Yeah.
Right. I'm a vegetarian, so I ain't fucking paying for everybody else's meal. I know I'm a cheap date. I might give me a little salad or something. I don't really believe in buying alcohol at restaurants and shit like that. So I ain't about to run up a tab. But now niggas want to get the tomahawk steak.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me?
And
They want to get the filet McNog and all that shit.
You also need to know your friends too. But
True.
your friends need to be honest, because the last thing you're going to do with me is come to a dinner, broke as hell.
Yeah.
Because why you even come out the house? If you know your finances, why you come?
I know you're hungry, but
no.
you're not going to eat like that.
Get you some cereal and call it a day.
Yeah. Now, one thing I would say, in a situation like that, when friends split shit, I could see if it was like one of them situations where it's like one person's like, hey, what do you have? And I'll buy everybody food. And then there's another person who buys everybody drinks or the appetizers or something like that. Then I could see some shit like that transpiring. But niggas not just gonna come out to dinner with me and order up a whole bunch of shit and then say that we about to split the bill evenly, because I'm gonna run.
Look, I came across a situation, and me and my friend are actually not cool to this day. But, okay, we're not friends, so.
Damn.
But yeah, we went out to dinner, and maybe I was a little shady for doing this, but she invited me out.
Oh, here we go.
Your Honor, can you put this on the record?
You invited me out. You know what I'm saying? You initiated this little dinner date or whatever we had.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm expecting you to pay.
Now, when you say friend, now was this like a friend, like, you know, me and one of my boys from school, or was this like
somebody I grew up with, you know? And I'm just like, if it was a mutual thing, like, oh yeah, let's go grab some lunch today, mutual. But you call me up, you like, sis, I'm coming to get you. We going to eat. Oh, okay. If my finances, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking something going on. I don't know. I do feel a little bad now for doing that. For
you're a horrible friend.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I'll be talking shit about you behind your back.
You know what
Joy broke ass did?
But I do pay now.
Now you going to hell.
How old were you when this happened?
26.
Ooh, almost. I was 25.
That's too old to be doing shit like that. You still got to old for that.
Yeah, because I'm like with friends.
Are you
like,
angry too? Because I'm a little angry, I heard.
I mean, not angry. I mean, I'm like,
Joy?
I'm not angry. I've been waiting for shit like this because I'm like, there's got to be a terrible person in there somewhere for you to be fucking with my brother. Like, so let's start rolling this out.
Right? Oh gosh.
And there we have a little bit.
But I don't know. Me personally, I've never with any friend ever gone out with the expectation of like, okay, like you're gonna pay for me. Like if it was one of those things where that was even a question, it would immediately, hey, I don't got money for this. Like, and then it would be established like, oh no, it's all good. I got you on this or something like that. But that's why I'm like, that's a little different for me. I've never.
Yeah. I was raised to always like take care of my own. You know, I've never gone to a table without money. Like I could have paid for myself. But like I said, the call was like a sense of emergency. Like she just needed to get away, you know. I don't know. But yeah, I just kind of took it how
you took it all right.
You know?
You took it all right. You took a free meal.
Yeah.
I had a Caesar salad.
I had a Caesar's. That's all you had?
And lemonade.
That's all you had?
Yes.
Well, that's not that bad, actually.
And Harold,
Caesar salad? How much was the Caesar salad?
It wasn't no cheap salad.
I didn't pay for it.
She said,
I didn't even look at the bill.
I didn't. I didn't pay for it. I'm sorry.
Hey, did the check come to the table and you put it on the middle and you just slid it towards her?
No, it went to her straight away. I mean, I don't know if I had a broke ass look on my face or what, but it didn't come across me.
God damn.
But I mean, she came to me like months later and just, you know, basically like, I'm coming to you as a woman type shit. Like, look, I feel like what happened, you know, shouldn't happen. You could have paid for your meal. I was in a time of distress and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, the conversation at the table had nothing to do with her being in distress. If you wanted to talk, sis, say what you had to say. But she didn't do that. So now I feel some type of way because you coming to me months later. What am I supposed to do now?
Was the Caesar salad like something that had to be paid for your services?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Damn. Coughing.
I just felt like she tried to 50 Cent me. Like, don't come for me for no money. And no, it's over.
Well.
And now the friendship is over.
Yeah. When you said that, I thought it was going to be like something she did wrong on her part to like ruin the friendship. This was
you.
All you.
Purely me. Yes, I own it.
So how many friends do you have these days?
One.
You said these days? These days.
This is my only friend.
Oh, man, lucky me. And I'm the nigga who be buying all the damn food all the time.
You're a good friend.
You're a good friend.
Look, I be buying all the food and she don't even eat the shit.
I do. In increments.
Did you eat the salad that night?
Yes.
All of it?
Great.
Before you left the table?
Yes.
Because I was going to say
there was a few croutons left, but...
Damn, she even remembers the
Objection, Your Honor.
The layout of the plate.
Yeah, I mean...
She said, I always remember free meals the most.
Definitely.
Those are the best.
Definitely. I mean, it was a fun little outing, but I guess shit just went sour. So...
I always have fun taking advantage of people, too. Those are the best nights.
Whoa, that is wild. That is a that is a
That's
wild.
Brothers.
That's a wild statement that man just made.
I was just kidding.
Expound.
You actually did it.
I did it. I'm owning it.
I have not taken advantage of people.
Nigga, I remember a time we were kids, nigga.
Your Honor.
Run the tapes.
Yeah, we can go back. I'll never.
This is hearsay.
Nigga ate my chicken nuggets and lied to me, talking about these are mine.
Why do you remember stuff?
All the things, right?
This nigga remembers everything. I'm like, what the fuck did I do that shit? It sounds so. I had to have did it.
I don't know why my mind retains the fucking most pointless information. Bro, why this nigga at my job just started this week and fucking, bro, we still got masks and shit. And I hear this nigga say 2 words and I was just like, hey, bro, did you go to Laguna? Where you graduated in 2007, huh? Hey, you that one nigga I had science class with, first period, huh? He's like, nigga, how in the fuck you remember any of that? Like, I don't know.
That's wild, though. I thought I think that's like something memorable. It would be different if you was like, nigga, I passed by you on the light rail one time in 2007. You probably don't remember, but it was right there at the light rail. You was getting on the bus and I was getting off the bus, and I walked right past you. We kind of bumped shoulders a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's creepy.
I remember I had got beat up that day. That was the 3rd time I got beat up, and they took my shoes.
I was in my black forces.
Some nigga with Timbs.
Right. Got stomped out.
Man, that is some fucked up shit.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got a little sidetracked, but dating. That's what we're talking about, dating.
It is a crazy world out there.
Dating.
It is a crazy world out there.
So, since I'm the only female up here, I'm going to do the honors, fellas.
You don't know what the fuck I claim to be.
Right.
You don't know what my pronouns are.
I was just about to say that. I was like, don't impose on his pronouns.
Yeah, hold on. Don't you ever assume what the fuck's going on with me.
Now that he knows what I did at that dinner, I will never hear the end of it. I'm getting treated so wrong now.
I don't know. I feel like the unfair treatment came with exceptions.
Clearly. Okay. What is dating? So what
you guess, nigga?
Do you want to?
You the expert? Guess, nigga.
Oh, expert.
Yeah.
Wow. Nigga, I'm out here drowning in the dating pool right now. What are you talking about?
I heard
drowning.
They said the dating pool has pee in it. Is it true?
Yes, there's fucking lots of pee in there and other things too. Some of it's not even water. It's like, bruh, this is some just strange substance.
Sludge.
Yeah.
Soot. Soot.
New word I learned today.
Volcanoes start tripping and be like, soot.
Yeah. What is dating,
What
though?
is dating?
What do you think dating is?
Now, here's the question. Do you want a description of what dating is or a definition?
Damn, I didn't know you had that. I didn't know you had that in the pocket.
Like when you're dating, what do you consider your dating characteristics?
Well, me personally, I consider anything under the umbrella of seeking to know somebody on a more personal level than just like friendship. Like you're seeking a greater level of either emotional connection or intimacy, something to that degree, something more than just friendship or basic relationship you establish with any other person.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I damn near think the same thing. Dating is courting. I think dating is just courting somebody else.
But are you courting one person? Are you assessing one person? I'm using nursing terms.
I think that courting. I think that the dating. I think that dating. When you're dating, you can date as many people as you want to.
Question: what do you consider courting to be? Because
spending time together with the intentions of doing something past just being friends.
Interesting. Because for me, courting, because I actually looked into this recently, like seeking courtship from an individual is like really trying to express interest. Like you're trying to draw this person in and, gain their approval to a much greater degree. Because I feel like dating, there's a lot of different points on the spectrum because, like, it could be anything from, like, I'm trying to get married all the way up to, like, I'm just spending time with you because I don't have anybody else to spend time with. Like,
trying to get them draws.
Just a little companion.
Yeah, but courtship is, like, really trying to, I feel like, build a partnership more so than just, casual dating.
What you think?
I mean, he really just said it. Casual dating to me is when you are dating multiple people. I mean, You don't have your eyes set on just one person. What's that term they say? I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
God, I hate that.
Man,
but that's exactly how I think about it.
I got some stories about that phrase.
You know, and it's all about how, like, your intentions of, coming into whatever your situation is. For instance, me coming to you, I was only dating you. You know what I mean? I didn't have my mind set on anybody else. My thing was, okay, I want to get to know this man on a more deeper level. Okay. Get your ass beat on this camera.
What benefit did that serve?
None, okay?
It's like, how?
This is pointless information.
None.
I had a couple of bitches.
But that's your... Okay. You already told me that.
Why does it sound like that made you more mad than hearing? You had a couple bitches, that was cool. And now you seem like a normal nigga, but you got rid of them? What kind of nigga does that? I didn't know I was dating a hoe.
I dropped the
Hey, I didn't know. We never had a conversation of like, oh, are you talking to other people? Are you seeing other people?
I would have said no. Because that ain't none of your motherfucking business.
And you told me that before,
none of your
too.
goddamn motherfucking business.
And that's you to judge that. Because you could be kind of juggling between two people. Like, oh, this person is doing this person is doing that. But I really want to dive deeper into that person.
Right. That's kind of what I do. I usually get a lot of girls at one time. And then they just start falling off one by one. And whoever
Your Honor, can you smell the bullshit?
I don't know. I kind of believe what he's saying.
I do too, because it's very unfortunate. But
you're here now. A lot of people do that with dating in today's market because just the way that it's structured, like it's normal to just be like, well, I'm gonna start. I don't know. I feel like it's like you send out all these connections, like you're throwing out a whole bunch of fishing lines, and you might get bites, and you might start reeling them in and whatnot, but you feel a bigger tug on this one. You're thinking this might be the catch I'm looking for. So these other ones you start getting way less attention, and but it's just unfortunate because I was talking to a friend. Or actually, I was making a joke about this shit. I was laughing like, yeah, dating really is kind of like fishing, and it sucks because like some niggas be out there like, yeah, I'm fishing with your little fucking line and shit, but then you look at other niggas, they got the whole boat throwing the net out. It's like, is you really
the
fishing?
crab catchers.
Yeah, if you ain't doing it
really
like
catching
that.
crabs
Crawdad, all shit.
And it's just unfortunate because it's like
it's not enough time in life to just be trying to date one person and get to know one person because shit might not pan out and then you got to go do some shit all over again.
Yeah.
I disagree.
I don't care what you disagree with. I just found out you're not an expert.
I just found out all your credentials is bullshit.
No, what you saying? Go ahead.
No, I disagree though because I feel like there is enough time to establish a connection with one person and see what that's about. I think more so in today's market, it's probably not the best idea because of how flimsy the average person is. Like,
it's like fast food damn near.
Yeah. Like if you're fortunate enough to put yourself in the right environment, where you can be around the right people that you want to attract into your life, then it would make more sense to really invest that time and energy. But like, it's sad. It's like now with dating, it's like, well, like online dating or something like that. Or you're at bars or at clubs where it's like you're finding, I'm not going to say these people are inherently bad, but it's like, everybody's out there with the same intention. So it's like you're not really going to find too many gems out there. Like you're going to have to really put some work in sifting through all that.
Right.
Rouge would have never found me in a club. Just saying.
That's what I found you on Tinder and...
It was blackpeoplemeet.com.
Was it blackpeoplemeet.com? God damn it.
Worse.
That's a little bit worse. So I got a question though. Do you prefer to meet people online or in person?
I prefer in person because it's a little bit more organic. However, I do think it's easier online because it's like, in person, like, I feel like it's like such a chance happening where it's like you run into somebody like, because for me the reason why I feel like in person is better because you get a chance to like really interact with a person and like get a feel for their energy and see if like this is somebody you're gonna click and vibe with.
Right.
But online there's much more of an abundance of opportunity, I guess, to find people who are seeking the same things. So
right.
There's pros and cons with each side, I guess.
Right. What you think? You prefer meeting people online or in person?
I don't know. That's a tough question. I don't know. Because I've dated people who have approached me in person and I've dated people online. But I will say dating online, it gives you like a weird, like, anxious feeling. Like, you know, especially if you have good conversation, like, everything just going the right way. Mm-hmm. It can be bad. You know, obviously, I've had some bad times. But it just builds it up to like, okay, yeah, I really can't wait to meet this person. Like, I want to see how they are in person. Like, you know, match that energy and stuff like that. Being in person, it's just like, okay, let me just say this. Online, you can bounce. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to say nothing. Just bounce. In person, you gonna walk away? Because I'm gonna walk away. If you saying the wrong shit to me, I'm walking away. It could be a little disrespectful. I get that. But for me, it's just like, if you don't come correct, I'm gonna step.
I fucking hate online dating. I hate trying to find people online. I do find people online because that's where people is at. But I'd much rather meet people in person.
Well, you don't want to get catfish either. So.
You don't want to get catfish. My thing is, I'm more personality than looks. So I don't really have no pictures of me like hiking or, you know, on a fucking boat, nigga.
Or throwing axes at some shit.
I don't got no fucking pictures like that, like they be having on. Yeah, man. I got pictures of me in the liquor store. I got pictures of me with my partners doing hood rat shit. But I am a personality person, and I feel like I suck at. I don't even like text messaging for real. I just suck at doing. I suck at online. Yeah, I suck at
a bio.
Yeah, I
no,
literally.
your bio was lengthy. I didn't have anything in my bio.
I send the same.
I maxed that bitch out.
Oh God, that motherfucker didn't have no space left.
1,200 characters.
I send the same message to every girl that I match with, and just hope that
one of these motherfuckers gonna stick.
It's a conversation starter.
I can tell because it was hella scripted.
What did it say?
It said, "Hey Joy, I just want to make you smile like." Something for the rest of your life.
I said something about making you smile on a regular basis.
On a regular basis, yeah.
I showed you. That's my line.
Hey, blank.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God, that's exactly what I do. And then I take
oops, forgot to put your name in there.
Let me go back and see if I see another letter.
I had to go in there and switch the letters. I switch the names all the time. I'm like, let me go ahead and put her name in there.
Wow. This is the shit
it just looks scripted.
It works. Because look, okay, so I'm not good at an opening line. I saw that worked. And it opened up a conversation because it makes girls laugh and it makes girls...
It's corny.
Whatever.
I like corny stuff, so that's why I messaged back. I was like, okay,
and because then they're going to be like, what you going to do to make me smile on a regular basis? And then that just opens up communication or something like that. Or they'll hit you with the, is that right? And then, you know, it just opens up communication. And if I say, how are you doing? A girl just might be like, fine.
No, I'll be like, I'm well, how are you?
It's an open-ended statement, which calls for a conversation. So I figured I found what worked, and I copy and pasted my little heart out.
I mean, look, you'd be surprised. A lot of the stuff you do online is repetitive anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're going to have the conversation where it's, hey, how you doing? How was your day? How are you feeling? Oh, how was school? How was work? Those are all, it's going to be the same thing. You know what I mean? Like your catchphrase, okay, that's a little bit different. Everybody's probably going to start... You know how I never initiate conversations first online.
Well,
you're a girl. What the fuck?
Yeah, you know.
But a lot of people think, you know, girls can initiate conversations too.
Well, yeah,
we know they can, but we also understand they won't.
They won't. They don't fucking.
I honestly, I'm being so honest. I do not know how to start a conversation with a guy. I'm just goofy as hell.
Hey, hold on. Quick tangent real quick, because this is the shit that pisses me off right here. All right, not you personally, but
you personally.
It's just nice to hear from a girl that says, like, you know, I don't, know how to initiate these things. Mm-hmm. I hate the fact that there's so much pressure on males, like, because, for instance, if you guys ever do Bumble, that little dating app?
No. You are deep in the game.
Damn.
That nigga is really in them trenches when you're on Bumble.
Bumble.
I fucking hate it here, bro.
He is in them trenches.
But anyway.
How do you get all the way over there? And Tinder, you went all the way through Tinder?
Bro,
did you complete it? He the only nigga that completed Tinder.
We're gonna help him out.
You know how unfortunate it is, how fucking soul crushing it is to know that in a 150-mile radius, there's not one single motherfucker.
That nigga put it on 150 miles. That is a 2-hour drive.
Bitch out.
That nigga done matched with a bitch all the way in Texas.
No, for real.
Hey, you know, it's funny funny too because, in all fairness, glad that this time around, because the last time I did the online dating, yes, that really did happen. And I was like, you know what? I think I just need a break from all of this. Because this is it, man. I only got so much self-esteem.
No, for real.
This time around it's been better. But, even still, though, it's all right. Anyway, back to Bumble real quick. Let's not lose sight of that. So anyway, Bumble is it's a dating app with a little bit of a spin on it. Because
not a spin.
All right, so here's how it works, because I guess it's for women who are tired of being solicited so much unwanted, whatever from these other dating apps. So dick pics, yes.
So what prevents dick pics from being sent on Bumble?
Are they screened?
So you can still send dick pics on Bumble, but all right,
it ain't safe, Your Honor.
Thank you.
But the thing is, all right, with Bumble, it's if you match. Instead of just like we matched, now I can hit you with a dick pic.
Right.
The girl has to initiate conversation, and that's the only way that
in order to start the actual conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, it's scary,
crazy.
huh? Scary for a girl because
don't delete it.
what's really interesting. The same girls that be talking a whole bunch of stuff on their other little profiles. If you hit me up, you better say something interesting. Don't just don't bore me with know how to start a conversation.
Yeah.
Those same ones when they see you on Bumble and they start a conversation. Hey. Yeah, okay, so this is what you consider to be interesting conversation. All right. Mm-hmm. A little bit of a double standard there, but
that sounds.
I can always just send an emoji.
So, what apps are you using?
All right,
Christian mingles.
You know what's
Farmers
sad?
only.
Bro, I just heard about that recently. I was like, no fucking way. There's a market for this
Plenty
shit
of
too.
fish.
Oh God. Oh yeah. POF is like the fucking.
That traumatized
sewer.
me.
That is like literally the
that bad?
Oakland of the dating.
It's the gutter.
It's like the Oakland of online dating.
It is.
God.
So
I could never go back.
I've used POF before, but I had some horrible experiences which kept me from even being to continue on there. I started using Tinder, and then I also used the Black app. I used the Black app more than Tinder. I didn't know about the Black app until the
I met
Black
you.
app is like Tinder for Black people. So I don't want to sound like I don't want date other races, but
He won't.
Just say
I like dating Black girls. That's all I like. That's damn near all I like. I might date a Hispanic girl, but
And see, I'm
more
like the
than
exact
likely not.
opposite probably, where it's like, I don't have anything against Black girls, but I don't know. I like something different because I'm like, I'm looking.
I've seen this nigga with one Black woman his entire life.
Well, my brother.
She was fine as
said
hell, I ain't gonna lie.
We too much drama.
Wait, what?
Did she give me a look when I said that?
No, I
caught on to what you said at first. And I was like, what?
Yeah, it took both of us a second to process.
Yeah, we looked at each other like, what?
I saw her. I said, boy, that boy, right. It made me, look at you. That's you already. I felt like that uncle when you come in.
You got the car? That's your car?
Oh, that's your nephew.
That's you. I see you, nephew. I see you, boy.
Come on. Hey, take me for a spin around the block.
I
Come
see
on,
that.
nephew.
Yeah, we brought that Black girl in the house. I was like, okay, young man,
That's
do your thing.
That was the shortest relationship I've ever had and the worst.
The worst?
And you could say arguably the other ones may have been worse just for being, drug out trauma over the course of years. But
Right.
I'm like, that one, I was like, damn, you was only in there for fucking less than 6 months. And it's like, God damn, how
How?
do you be that terrible of an individual? Like,
Golly.
I don't want to say I've never been opposed to, dating the opposite race, whatever.
Opposite
race.
I mean,
What the
not
hell?
opposite race, but other races,
What is
ethnicity.
that?
Sorry, I did not say that correct.
I was like,
The opposite
The
race.
opposite white. No.
hey, look, you honky. The ops.
No, but
We're
I've
getting
never been
canceled.
opposed to it. But I just feel like I connect better with Black men. That's just that. I mean, I tell everybody a lot. Like I've expanded my horizon.
I totally understand that, and I agree with it.
I've done some sex with other races, but I'm not gonna date.
I guess the
Really?
only reason I probably feel that way is because I'm like, I never fucking fit in the hood. So I'm like, this is
there is a community of African American people, which is being a lot more widely accepted, and that's niggas who don't want to be hood niggas, and people who like watching anime and fucking listening to rock music and shit. Niggas is tired of hood niggas.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
a suburban
Even
baby.
hood niggas is tired of hood niggas.
I love hood niggas. I love hood niggas, and I'm from the suburbs, and I just love hood thugs.
Hood niggas.
It was something about that thug love, baby.
Yeah, hood niggas don't want to. Hood niggas don't want to be hood niggas
You want
either.
something out the store, babe? Yes, I do. That was me.
Look, hood niggas don't even want to be hood niggas. When all their friends get out the car, they're listening to the music that really touches their soul, and it's not gangster shoot 'em up, kill 'em, bang bang music.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not.
See, I feel like hood nigga is not like a person; it's a persona.
Right.
And I don't like personas. I'm like,
right.
Let's be who the fuck we are. Let's talk about who we are on the inside. Accept that, acknowledge it, and fucking don't let anybody judge you for it.
Right.
No, for real.
Yeah, definitely.
Like when you put in your grill, I'll be like, who is that?
Yeah, like,
you want to be a gangster
bad.
Why
do you own that?
Why do you own that piece of shit? That piece of shit.
Piece of shit. Yeah, that motherfucker.
Tops and bottoms can't even close your damn mouth.
I can close my mouth.
Got spit drooling off the side of your mouth.
It's hella funny because I smile a whole lot more when I got them bitches.
You don't have a choice, nigga. You don't have a choice.
How you doing?
Oh, God.
How you doing?
Nigga,
you hungry?
Chris Tucker. 7-Eleven. Why can't he close his mouth?
I'll be had that motherfucker. I'll be trying to show my shit. I'll be there. Everybody to know I got the gold ones. But so I got a question. How soon into dating a person do you start talking about serious topics?
As soon as you want.
Like marriage and shit like that.
Fucking want.
As soon as you want?
I say within a month.
I'm asking on the first date. Bitch, what you want to do? You want to get married or what is we doing?
I'll pull up to a date with a clipboard like it's an interview and start asking
a whole questionnaire.
Extremely serious questions. Yeah. I need to know these things right now before I waste any time.
Do you have a father in your life?
Is your tubes tied? No. Because we going to get down to the bottom of this.
Look, I'm asking serious questions right off the bat. What are your intentions? What do you want to do? I like to put people on that pedestal. It makes it a whole lot easier to stop fucking with people.
But on a pedestal? What do you mean by that?
Like, if what you're saying is, I want to get married, I want to have a family, I want to do this, I want to do that, there's a certain type of way that you are supposed to act with the other person. Like, do you want to do that with me? Do you see that happening with me? And then if we start doing something serious, and I know that, and I know that's what your goal is, then I'm gonna hold you to that standard. So you can't tell me that you want to be married, have a family, and do all this and do all that, and be in a serious relationship when you entertaining a whole bunch of other niggas.
Right.
So it makes it easier to be like, well, you's a lying ass bitch, and I'm about to go get me some hoes.
Right.
So
I mean,
do you feel like those two things are synonymous?
Getting some hoes?
No. Wanting to settle down while still having your dating options open.
No. Do not coincide. No.
They don't. Wait, what? Yes, I think people really do have that mindset where like, nigga, I want to do something serious with you, but I still want to fuck other people.
That's crazy as fuck.
It's crazy as fuck. I dealt with someone like that.
That's crazy as fuck.
Well, because I mean, there's a couple of different angles you could look at it for, because there could be somebody where it's like, yes, I do want, to settle down, but I also still want all these other things on the side at the same time too.
Like they want to have their cake and eat it too?
Oh, that's that. Oh, I'm single until I'm married.
Well, I mean,
because you acting single. If you want to be, if you in a serious relationship that you think you want to marry that person, but you still doing shit on the side, you acting single. That's single shit.
Okay, because I guess the question is, all right,
would you would have to have the other person's consent? I would say if someone else is okay with it,
I would never consent to you going on dates with other females. That's crazy.
Why? Well, I just want to go to a little Cheesecake Factory right quick.
No.
Babe.
Because what you looking for?
Some people.
What you looking for?
Some people love the ethically
okay.
Some people like those ethically non-monogamous relationship. It's like almost the normal now.
Yeah, that is the normal. There's a lot of people who have someone that they keep going back and forth with while they entertain people on the side and keep going back to. I ran into that a lot too.
That's crazy.
Well, me personally,
I like that shit though. I'm like, not. I like being the side person while somebody else trying to figure it out with the person that they keep going back to. I'm like, cool. Keeps me employed.
That screams
Employment.
chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis.
Like, I hope
A
you
whole
never
bunch of
figure it out.
stuff.
Right, I hope
that's
you never figure it
weird.
out. She is 100% into, I don't fuck with multiple people at one time.
I can't. It's not even like it's not even an option for me because, for one, I can't memorize 5 birthdays. I can't memorize 5 things you
Why are
like,
you
your
doing
favorite
all that?
colors and shit like that.
Facebook
Because
tells
you
you when
get
people's
no,
birthday is.
no, it do not.
Yes, it
No.
do.
No, it does not.
It
Your
don't?
birthday not on your Facebook.
It's not?
No, because it would have showed up on my thing today.
Oh.
Yeah.
That
So,
is because I took it off. Probably.
oh, today's my baby's birthday, y'all. Happy birthday. Say we have a birthday.
Thank you.
Old ass nigga.
Thank you.
But yeah, I can't do multiple. I can't do the multiple people. It's confusing. I don't want to say the wrong things, and it's just hard for me. Obviously, other people can do it, and kudos. But for me, I cannot. No.
I'm the same way. I'm like, that is too much time and energy because just one individual alone
a lot.
Takes a tremendous amount of time. Like, if you really want to like nurture a relationship the way it's supposed to be, like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But why would you? I wouldn't. Don't do multiple relationships. That is crazy to do. I'm talking about just fucking with multiple people.
No, that's crazy.
Even still that though, because it's like there's a certain amount of energy that you have to put towards. And this is another thing that I'm realizing after just getting back into the dating market. Like, I'm like, I don't like how emotionally draining some of this shit is, because it's like, it almost feels like you're tearing off a little piece of your spirit to give to each person.
And you never get it back.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, man, I hate it here, bro.
Yeah, because why is my feelings so hurt? The fuck is happening? I don't understand.
What's even weirder is my feelings feeling like they're jeopardized in a situation where it's like, you almost 100% could say it's like, well, you got nothing but benefits from that. Nothing but beneficial things came from this instance. And it's like, well, I mean, but you still didn't get what you were looking for.
Yeah.
It's just like, a waste of time and energy almost. So,
I mean, I definitely, for me, I mean, don't get me wrong. When you're first, you have multiple conversations. Let me say that. So when I first met you, was I conversating with other guys? Yes.
What?
I sure the hell was. When you was at my house. Nah, I'm just playing.
How the fuck did I get
free salads and shit.
How the fuck did I get
free
stuck with you? How did I get
No,
stuck
but
with
I mean,
you?
that's the thing. Obviously, I can have multiple conversations, but
So you was conversing with niggas.
I was
And I'm just
conversing.
out here just living the dream, thinking I found me somebody, and you is
but once I got in a more
converse.
connected way with you, when we met, and I was like, you know what? I like him. Okay, come on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and dive a little deeper with
lucky
you.
me.
Yeah, because the other conversations are kind of pointless at that point, because why do I need to entertain that when I want to entertain you? You're the one that obviously caught my eye. You caught my attention. Hell no, not with that grill, nigga. And that small ass mustache. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Said your
Hey,
mustache
look,
I said I wasn't gonna
she
clown
been
him.
beating my mustache ass all day, bruh. Listen.
She said he got that mustache out of sketch class.
She been firing me up all fucking day. I usually always have. I ain't shaved in how long, babe? It's been a long ass time since I shaved.
He don't give a fuck no more.
And it's been a long time since I shaved, since I got a haircut, since I retwisted my locks. I just been winging
You know
it.
how it goes, brother.
Man,
I
no,
know.
honestly, in retrospect, and I don't want to make it all dark in this motherfucker, but honestly, in retrospect, when I think about why I was like not doing that, I was dealing with depression really, really bad.
Really?
Yeah, hella bad.
It wasn't because you didn't want to lose any more of your hairline?
That too. That's why I started
They
growing
can't
locks.
push that motherfucker too much further back.
But no, that's
Stevie Wonder's looking, nigga.
He's looking.
you see why niggas never talk about their mental health? It's because no.
Because which option you want to take?
Yeah.
This nigga roasting you or that nigga?
Right.
Somebody's finna get you.
I literally looked like a homeless nigga for like the last hella years.
I like
Not even hella years. I wouldn't
facial
say
hair
years.
though.
No, I'm talking about.
But you can tell when somebody has just like kind of let go. You know what I'm saying? Like you just don't really care, but in a negative way. And you can kind of see it. You know what I mean? And I'm glad you can even admit that you were depressed, because a lot of people can't do that, especially black men. But
Asshole.
I mean, hey, you're here. Asshole. You had to sleep with one eye open.
No, I was fucked up for a minute, and then I don't know. I kind of got like this little burst of life and shit. And then I was like, you know what? Let me change everything that I got and try to change my surroundings and try to keep that momentum going. So
Yeah.
it starts with, your upkeep of yourself and stuff like that.
You hear it, you live, baby.
You know?
You looking smooth.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So what about...
Age difference.
Oh, that's what you want to hit?
Yeah.
What y'all think about age difference, my boy? What's the youngest you will talk to and what's the oldest? What's the youngest age you would talk to?
The feds are listening.
Your Honor,
They're really listening on this one, so use your words wisely.
Wisely, okay.
He's gonna be like, 18.
18.
It said on her profile she was 18.
Oh my God.
All right, she said she was 16, but we weren't going to do anything.
Hey, why do you have the Mike's Hard Liquor? Why do you have the Mike's Hard Liquor? Why do you have the Mike's Hard Lemonade?
Those were all for me.
Why do the pedophile niggas always bring Mike's Hard Lemonade?
Because they think that's what kids like. This won't fuck you up, but it'll give you something just enough
give
to
you a little woo.
That's crazy. You know what?
Loosen you
I want
up.
to say I read this thing. I read this thing about how Mike's Hard Lemonade was like the actual company. Literally was like
sponsored by a 12-year-old.
Sponsored by pedophilia. Yeah. But they were saying how that To Catch a Predator was damaging to their brain. Because them niggas always had it. All them niggas had was Mike's Hard Lemonade.
You didn't hear nothing about a fucking plate of brownies fucking speaking out against To Catch a Predator. They always had the same ass plate of brownies sitting there.
They did.
Brownies are just fine.
Brownies. Everybody eats brownies, but I mean the Mike's Hard Lemonade though, like. If I see a nigga come out the store with some Mike's Hard Lemonade, I'm thinking that you're gonna go try to fuck a little kid. Honestly.
Well, that's kind of fair.
He going to pick her up from school.
Oh God, he is coming to pick her up from school.
And they got that look where they come out, standing all tall and shit. Like, I don't know, it's a certain look that pedophiles have, and I just know you're a pedophile.
Right.
I just know it.
It's that face he had on right after he got out of his van.
Yeah.
That fucking white van. I was like, nigga, I need something with that.
Oh my God. Come out, shit to this damn pants.
She's not ready.
She's not ready. She shouldn't be ready. She's a child.
Right.
You lying ass nigga, you here to meet a 12-year-old boy.
Oh God. Check his hard drives, Your Honor. Check his hard drives.
Dang. Shout out to our local pedophiles.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's that? Watchdog?
Megan's Law. I already knew what she was gonna say. Blue dot, nigga. Blue dot.
Right here on your house.
Hey, you know what? I know a
Tell all your
nigga from
neighbors.
school that is on that motherfucker. I remember on Facebook they had a like a page that was exposing niggas that lived in Sacramento, and it was a nigga I went to school with, and I seen what he had got caught for, and it was like fucking with a 12-year-old. It was under the age of 12. It said under the age of 12.
Insane.
I was like, boy, how do you?
You can't come back from that.
Ain't no coming back from that.
There was one
shit.
like that in Antioch where I live. Yeah, there was one in Antioch.
That is crazy.
It's crazy.
I'm like, and then I mean, there's also the thing of truthfulness, like maybe somebody could have lied on you or something like that. But to even be in this,
Why were you in that?
Yeah, to even be in that compromising position is crazy. Like, bro, how is that even a thing? So,
why were you kicking it with 12-year-olds?
Yeah,
underage.
No, for real.
So
that's the thing.
I don't know, but off of pedophilia,
I know. I was like, damn.
What is your age difference present? Like, what preference? What's the youngest you'll date? What's the oldest you'll date?
All right. Me personally, I feel like optimally you want to be within 3 to 4 years, like either plus or minus of a person, because that is going to give you the highest chance of being kind of like on the same page mentally with them.
Okay.
That can change based off of individuals because people mature at different rates. But,
Agreed.
I guess the furthest I'm willing to go for dating, like seeking a serious partner, 5 to 6 years. No more than 5 to 6 years.
Younger?
Older or younger. Because I would definitely prefer older versus younger because
because the young bitch is irritating, right? Because the young bitch is irritating.
Well, because I feel like when you're younger, it's like, you have a lot more developing to do versus like once you've gotten past like say your 30s, it's like those steps aren't as big each time you're like hitting that next phase of life.
Right.
You're it's a lot easier to get those pages to fucking match up. But when you're younger, I mean, it's for instance the same reason why it's okay for say a 28-year-old to date an 18-year-old, but not a 16-year-old because it's like, well, I mean, it's legally okay. Because, it's like, that
steep.
you're legal at that point, but like in those younger years, it's like your development is like such huge hurdles each year that you're going. It's like, that's why they don't even want you to be considered as dating material because it's like, no, develop first before you start trying to do that. Like,
right. So 5-6 years in either direction.
Men have it so easy
What
though
about
because
you?
you can date a younger girl and they still be way more mature than you, and then you got older women that are mature. So regardless, you guys are kind of winning. Me personally, I would never date a guy younger than me.
I mean, the same could be said for women.
That's just automatic red flag.
Because the amount of women, and this is what really baffles me,
There's
the
so
amount
much
of women
dick out
that
there
I
for y'all.
meet at my age who have such a limited amount of emotional maturity. And it's like women are kind of naturally more emotional creatures. Like you would expect them to have a much greater understanding and a grip on that. But like to see zero emotional awareness, it's like, well, what have you been doing out here?
Yeah.
What the fuck you been doing?
That's true.
What about?
That's true.
What about? So you're not dating younger?
I'm not dating any younger.
So
Also, too, sorry, before we go further, I just want to throw out this caveat. I know I said for dating, seriously considering, yes, there's a certain bracket. I recently just did try to inquire and see what's up.
Try.
Yeah, with this one girl at work, and she's older than me. She's like in her 40s, and but I mean at the same time, it's like that's not going anywhere. Like that's just
right.
Two individuals. Hey, we're just
Okay.
Knocking the boots.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
Allegedly.
I didn't say that.
Allegedly.
I didn't say that. So what's your age up? How far up?
My
are you
age up, I want to say preferably 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, preferably 5.
5.
But I think we're like 6.
We're 6 years
We're
apart.
6 years apart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're an exception.
Yeah. Me,
You need to grow the fuck up. No, I'm kidding.
I just started becoming an adult. Like I would say this year. No, not this year. Last year. I think I just started becoming an adult last year. I can honestly say that. But
Will you consider being an adult?
nigga, I'm better than I was, bro. 2020.
I'm doing better.
I feel like I'm starting to be more mature. Like I'm not as much of a risk taker. I try to take things more seriously. I try to be a little bit more organized, considering people's feelings and shit like that. I don't know. I think I'm just maturing a little bit.
I'm sorry. Consider what?
Niggas, people's feelings, nigga. God damn. I be consider it. Baby steps, though. Baby steps. But for me, the lowest I would date down, I'm 34, so I wouldn't
You
date.
just told people my age. Thanks a lot.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you know how to do math.
You old.
Thanks a lot. I was trying to keep it secret.
Oh.
I didn't say that when I said happy birthday.
This motherfucker over here, 38.
Oh, goddamn.
38, trying to lie about it.
Oh, God.
Please don't look me up. No.
No, but I ain't going under. I don't know, because it's like I used to say 25 was like my youngest I would go, but now that I'm older, 25 is too young.
That's
So
like
Wait, so you're
almost.
going by actual age, not like a number.
right.
Not a gap, yeah.
Okay.
I would go. I was at first it was 25, but now I would say 27
Wow.
is the youngest I would go.
Actually, no, that's fair, because for me, I'm like 26 is probably.
Yeah, it's a teeter between 26 and 27, but 25, fuck no, I hate.
Don't get you.
I hate those goddamn McDonald's French fries eating bitches. I hate them all.
Whoa.
Hot Cheeto eating ass.
Hot Cheeto ass bitches.
Hot Cheeto smoking ass bitches.
Oh God, I hate it.
Mm-mm.
And
I
then
seen a girl at work the other day. She had a sweater of, it just had nails with a fucking hot Cheeto with a lighter smoking that shit. I'm like, bitch, how many hot Cheetos have you smoked before?
Life beating her ass.
Golly. That is a lot. Though I think the oldest I would date, there's no limit to how high I will go. As long as you still are in good shape and you look,
All right, you're on the right page.
yeah, as long as you still in good shape and you are mobile and you still can do stuff, not
Stuff.
just sex, not just fucking
This nigga said stuff.
stuff. I'm
Can
talking
you
about
make it down the stairs?
Make it down the stairs. Can you get into a bathtub on your own?
Oh my gosh.
Oh shit! No,
Not fucking with that AARP shit.
Oh
Okay.
god! Oh god! Do you need wheelchair access everywhere we go?
Basically.
There's no. I don't see an age limit as far as up goes. You know, it's some. I've messed with some older women before.
I've dated some older
All
men.
right, when you all right, because I do feel like there needs to be a ceiling.
No, there doesn't.
Now
We in a convertible, nigga.
But that's why I have to ask. Like, okay, there's definitely not a ceiling if we're just talking about like somebody you're messing around with. But like
Right.
when you're seriously considering a partner, like you don't feel like there's.
Yeah, there is. Okay, there has to be because I ain't gonna watch you get old and die, and we only been talking for a
You're
couple of years.
43. You're 43.
They bring out
and
their
she's
little
checking
wheel.
out. Yeah.
Here's my advance directive. What?
You got to sign up for in-home supporter services.
Right, exactly.
Just to help them out.
IHSS. He
Niggas
was my
be looking at you
prescriptions.
like, bruh, she wasn't even rich. What were you doing?
Going to pick up your girl's
That's
prescriptions
crazy.
is crazy, and you got to read them to her.
Take twice a day with
Be
food.
It's so nice of you taking care of the elderly like that. Like,
I know.
Nigga, that's my
my
girlfriend.
girlfriend. The fuck?
That's my lady.
They
Don't you be eyeing her either.
Niggas automatically gonna think that you start fucking with her just to get her
The money.
Yeah, to get the
That's
money.
why I'm like, there's a
No,
nigga
for
out there
sure.
like, bruh, she wasn't even rich. What are you doing?
I thought she had life
Going so
insurance.
left. Mm-mm. I dated an older guy. He was like, I think I was 25, 26 maybe. And he was 42, 41, 42.
hmm
Unfortunately, I worked with him.
You know what?
I don't like that. That's a whole nother topic. But I just felt like dating him as an older guy, he was very rushed. You know what I mean? Like he wanted like us to get married the next week, have
He's like,
kids.
hey, hold on.
and-
We having kids yesterday, right?
Yeah,
God
like that
damn.
would
Need that.
and to me it's like, whoa, back the hell up. Like I'm still trying to figure out my life. Like I'm going through a pre midlife crisis. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I don't even know what's going on. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. So for me, I didn't like that, and I get that sense from a lot of older men because they feel like their clock is just running out. You know what I mean?
Spent
and I
all
get
that
it.
time playing. Now
I
they
didn't
trying
play.
to. No, I'm
we
talking
went
about.
to go
No,
drink wine one time.
No, I'm
and that
talking
was it.
about the older niggas. They spend all that time being players, and then
That's
they get old, and then
every older person, though. Every not even just that I spent all this time being a player, but every older person that is still seeking like that. That's your mind state because
It's kind of a red flag for me though, because like, why are you like, what's going on? You know what I mean? But for him, like honestly, it was a health issue that I was not willing to get down with. And I'm not saying I won't date somebody that got issues. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying
right,
that.
herpes
But
isn't that bad.
it's not. A lot of people have it. More people have it than you know.
Yeah, it's really quite
really
common.
why y'all just jump to herpes? Like,
No, the better question is, why didn't you say no?
I boy, if my coworkers see this, they gonna holler.
You gonna be in
They gonna holler. Oh my
You
god.
gonna be in HR like a motherfucker.
I really am. You're terminated.
Confirmed this nigga got herpes.
That is a HIPAA violation.
Damn.
I ain't say no
You know, I
names.
was just taking shots in the dark. I wasn't trying to
Okay.
expose a nigga like that.
Bullseye, cause the whoa.
God, that was really what happened?
No, that's what it looked like when the fucking flare-ups happened, nigga.
The nigga really had herpes?
He really did have herpes, and,
God
and
damn.
I know I feel so bad too. But
Do
at
you
the
know
same
that there's a
time, it's
dating
like-
site? You
Wait,
know,
hold on. Why you felt bad for?
I mean,
because the nigga
I
had
don't.
herpes.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want to say it in a sense because obviously everyone wants love. You know, I want him to find love.
Whoa,
They have a
whoa.
herpes. They got.
They-
what-
it's
they
the
have,
whole community
They have
for
dating
him.
sites for
Hold
niggas
on,
with herpes,
pause.
AIDS, all that shit.
You mean to tell me that it's socially more acceptable to tell a man, I don't want to date you because you're too short, but then we feel bad because, well, I would date you, but you have herpes. I'm sorry. Is that okay? Is that okay? That's what we're doing out here?
He just made me a bad guy again. God
that what
damn, I
we're
can't
doing
catch
out
a
here?
break.
Caesar salads and herpes.
Ew.
No, I mean, obviously you have your deal breakers, which is another one of our topics, but I just didn't want to get down with it. You know what I mean?
So
Even though
herpes is a deal
there's
breaker.
yeah, so there's precautions that you can take
yeah.
to, not, infect your partner, but I just wasn't willing to risk that.
I think it's called Samara or something like that.
Yeah, especially at my age, I
You
was
can
like,
run
no.
through the park. Them niggas be running through the park and doing
Yeah.
volleyball.
Sayonara.
Sayonara.
Fuck out of here. The fuck?
And I really, no, but what really made me feel bad is because we worked together. You know what I mean? So that just made everything awkward. I was like, okay.
Right now, you gotta wash your hands after everything.
Oh God! The nigga like, hey, how you doing? You like, hey, what's going on, my boy?
I'm looking at his page. I'm looking at his page. Like, you sure you on him?
What's going on?
She was the first person.
I'm thinking about every body part he touched on me. Like, oh my God.
She was the first person to do social distancing.
No, for real. And I was like,
just go home and burn this sweater real quick.
No, for real. And like the crazy thing, and that was probably one of the worst dates I've ever been on. But
well, yeah.
Like,
did you find out after or before?
I found out before, but I still went on the date. I went out.
Even after
we went to Hillsburg. Yes, we went to Hillsburg. We with a bunch of his friends.
Well, how she could get the free salad, nigga?
That's true.
Period. Actually, it was cheese and crackers that day. You know what I'm saying? We was at winery. But no, I mean, I wanted to still go out with him.
A fucking catalog of all the female shit.
We're going to talk about that shit.
All my meal for
the day. Food digger. I got food dig before, too. That shit is fucking heartbreaking.
I can't help it. I'm sorry. But no, I mean, everything's fine. We're still cordial, you know, but that was just one thing I couldn't get down with. But as an older man, me being younger, I was just like, you know what? That's a lot. He had a lot of family issues going on. He was very emotional, which I do not like in
I think herpes will make you emotional.
Emotional, nigga. He's scarred for life.
Wow, fucking ruthless.
Ruthless. No, it's true.
I thought this was your coworker.
God damn.
It's true. I mean, I don't work. I'm sorry.
Wait, now here's the real question.
We're going to block it out.
Did this nigga get the herpes before or after he started working?
That I don't know, but all I know is like he really but I appreciate how he sat me down, you know, and talked to me about it.
What time is that?
You have to, nigga.
Okay, we're gonna make sure we block that. We're gonna make sure we get to
please. But I mean, he sat me down and actually talked to me, and you know, was just like, I really like you. You're very, you know, supporting. You're a good listener and stuff. And he was just like, but I do have to tell you something. And he started crying. So I instantly I checked the fuck out because why is you crying? At that moment, I did not know how to handle a man crying. I was 25 years old.
Can't be safe.
No, that's fine. I want to be your safe place. But at that time, I'm admitting I did not know how to be his safe spot. I did not even know. And it was so abrupt.
Also, too, I'll just say that because this is like you got before the first day, right?
This was the same day.
Oh, the same day? Okay. Because I'll say this. I don't care if it's a man or a woman because this wasn't even a real date. Like, this was a virtual date I had with a girl. And she had an emotional moment where she started crying. I was like, that's not fucking normal. Like, that's not fucking normal, and that's an issue.
How do you have a virtual date? Explain that to me. I would like to know.
Because we got phones that do FaceTime and shit now.
Hello.
I've never
not
heard
surveillance
of
footage like Google Duo.
Oh, yeah. And Google's surveillance footage be fucking funny as shit. You ever see the fucking Google Earth of just random spots and niggas falling?
No, I've heard that shit. I've never seen that.
Horrible.
I've never seen that.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, that was that. I mean, we're cool. But yeah, that was definitely a deal breaker for me.
That was the deal breaker.
But I still went out. We had a great time. But I respect him because he told me. He could have easily not told me. We had sex that night and boom. You know what I mean? Explosive. Things could have went way left.
Motherfucker really rolling the dice.
I'm just saying, no, not like that. But I'm saying, hypothetically speaking, if stuff like that could have happened. So I'm grateful for him.
I thought this was what you said you did. I was like,
no, I'm saying, like, what if?
Motherfucker told me they had herpes.
I ain't rolling no dice.
Decided, like, you know what? Let's find out.
No, and they'll try to get you.
How bad is it? How bad is it?
Are you flared right now?
When you say whole life.
Herpes virus 1 or 2?
Damn.
Where is it located? Oh, my God.
Herpes, I ain't talking cold sores.
No, for real. And that it was very scary. I panicked.
Incinerating this nigga, I don't even know his name.
No, for real. And it's like, I didn't even know. I mean, obviously, you know what herpes is, but it's like, I'm sitting on his couch. I'm like, damn. I'm just very uncomfortable.
You could really catch herpes from like touching the surface that had herpes.
You can. You can. Yes.
Crazy.
It's.
I had a roommate that had herpes once, and I was terrified to use the same toilet because I was like, bruh. You just never know.
It was contaminated.
Well, I mean, it was a girl, but still, it's
That's
like
still a lie. That's still
it's like, you know.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I don't know where your herp is at.
Your herp.
Where does it hurt?
Where does it hurt? No.
Look.
Y'all going to hell. Where does it hurt?
So aside from sexually transmitted diseases, what else would be? What else are your deal breakers?
I don't want to go first.
Herpes, motherfuckers that don't provide free Caesar salads.
Okay. There we have it.
It's a lot of things.
There we have it. If you don't pay for my food.
No, specifically Caesar salads.
Specifically, yes.
I need those.
Oh my God.
You on the hot seat. What's the deal breakers? Go first.
What is a deal breaker for me?
Hey, I'm sorry. I feel bad because like I'm starting to realize after dating like deal breakers. I used to feel like it was like this like really solid definitive line that's just like this is where it is and you either cross it or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's starting to like really turn into like the fucking coast, like a shore where it's like the waves just fucking be moving. You know, what was a deal breaker yesterday may not be a deal breaker today.
Yeah, say for instance, we're gonna talk about you, right? So 4 years ago, I would have never dated a man with 4 kids, ever, right? Here I am now, and I don't see it as a standard for me. It's not a deal breaker because I'm in it for you, and clearly.
When you have 4 kids, you have to be able to do other things to keep the women around.
Which is that nigga sat down with her on the first date, started crying. Look, I gotta tell you something. I got 4 of them.
And look, it's not even. I'm gonna be honest though. Women will date niggas with kids. It's just the kids most of the time don't matter. It's how
attractive you are.
No, yeah, that's it. Well, it can't be that because I ain't attractive.
It has a lot. It's
like how many fucking baby mamas do you have, and what type of time is y'all on? Because most of the women who when that topic comes up, they always say like it's not the kids, it's the baby mamas.
It all comes down to how attractive you are.
It can't be because I ain't out here.
I guarantee you, if you was a substantially more ugly nigga with the same circumstances, there would have been and they wouldn't even told you because it was ugly. Nigga, you got 4 kids. That's why.
I concur.
You wouldn't have had a chance.
Because that mustache was a little bit slimmer. I would not be here.
She said if they would have used the number 1 pencil instead of the number 2.
Exactly.
Your Honor, can you strike this for the record?
A rap, boy.
That's the SpongeBob Doodle Bop.
Damn. She said your barber came up to you and said, "I'm manga nigga boy."
This podcast is not about me.
Okay, sorry, honey. I just had to use you as an example, but I don't really a deal breaker. I mean, off top disrespect. Like, I mean, there's so much that falls under disrespect. Just how you talk to me.
Please don't take this the wrong way. Is there an acceptable level of disrespect that you're willing to take?
No. So,
is that definitively or like no within
Your Honor,
reason?
he's pressing me.
Yeah, sorry.
Your Honor, he's badgering me.
Exactly. Defamation of character. I see coming forth. No, I don't know. It's like, and it's not really something you can gauge off top. Sometimes it takes a few weeks to even realize who you're dealing with. And that's fine. I mean, I can waste 3 weeks of my life, I guess. But again, verbal abuse is a no-go for me. I don't watch how you talk to me.
Clearly.
Watch how you talk to me. I don't know. And then just like finding the balance, like show me that you're invested. If I don't feel like you're invested, I'm gonna be like, okay. Because I like things to stay mutual. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel like I'm doing more or I'm putting forth more effort and I don't believe in that. Oh, why you supposed to text me first? I don't believe in none of that. Because
that is so childish, and that's why I don't talk to bitches.
It's very childish.
That's why I don't talk to you 25-year-old bitches, because that's the type of time y'all be on.
Yeah, and to me that's weird as hell because you obviously have 2 different lives to uphold and stuff like that. Because even though you're wanting to become one, you're still 2 people. You're still 2 individuals, and you have to stay like that.
Right.
So because you don't want to start living somebody else's life, then you getting lost and you know what I mean? You don't even have your own self. Like, you're just off in the clouds. But,
So
oh, deal breakers, drugs. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn, count me out. Count me
okay,
out.
the
Hard
hardcore,
drugs,
like, you know what I'm saying? Heroin. Yes,
cocaine.
exactly.
What about coke?
Basically the holy trinity of fucking the drugs you don't do. Like,
What about coke?
Yes.
What about cocaine?
No,
You ain't talking to a nigga that does cocaine?
no.
I don't.
that's a rich nigga drug, though.
I thought cocaine. I think cocaine is being more widely accepted. It's
That's
not.
because everybody done watch the movie Flight with Denzel Washington and they see it as a pick-me-up and they think it's going to pick them up every goddamn day. And they ain't. So, no.
And when you start losing,
it's expensive.
When you start exactly, and when you start losing your money and you still got to get high, you might have to get you the little cheaper cocaine.
I'll suck your dick,
you know
babe.
You got to get you some cheaper cocaine, baby. You want to have to light it up, but
No.
so hard drugs, no hard drugs.
No hard drugs.
By ecstasy. Damn.
Your Honor.
That line started waving.
Your Honor. So you talk to somebody who dabbles with ecstasy?
No further questions.
I'm supposed to be the nigga that says no further questions.
Why is you pressing me?
I just asked the question.
Okay, ecstasy, I'm going to say I've never been a fan of it. I mean.
Have you ever tried it? See, that's why.
Have you ever tried it?
You really want to take it there? Because I'm going to take it there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just here to watch you guys' relationship fall apart.
No, I'm going to say as long as it's not like something you do on a daily basis, because obviously ecstasy it alters you. You know what I mean? You're not your normal self. It alters you. That's all I'm going to say. So anything that can make you become not yourself, I don't like. Even, smoking weed, it puts you in a, weird state, but you can still function. You know what I'm saying? Off ecstasy, there's certain things you can't do. There's certain things you have to avoid doing.
What can't you do on ecstasy?
Yeah, I'm like, what are we avoiding?
Some people have sexual dysfunctions.
Oh, that's
actually
very tragic in a relationship.
That's actually a thing, though.
It's very tragic in a relationship.
It releases serotonin, which could hinder your ability to maintain an erection.
Be aroused.
Yeah. So
it's a real thing.
I ain't gonna lie. If I allegedly had ever tried ecstasy, I don't think I would never want to have. I wouldn't want to have sex on ecstasy. Anyways, I want to listen to music and watch fucking lights. I want to listen to music and I want to watch the Windows Media Player. What is that shit that used to? You know our Windows Media Player?
Equalizer.
You want to watch a screensaver?
You know the screensaver, the screensaver for Windows Media Player, the old one. I would rather take the ecstasy, listen to music with headphones on, and stare at that shit for hours.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough.
That's an alleged experience.
I don't really have many deal breakers, guys. I like to just go with the flow. No, but I'm saying, you know how people have a whole 12 commandments, like, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't. I really don't. I just kind of go with the flow. Like I said, when I met you,
because I don't know. I feel like your first deal breaker, like drugs, that's definitely more of a deal breaker. But the second one, you're like, somebody being invested in showing, that they're interested. I feel like that's more of like a baseline requirement versus like a deal breaker.
Yes, it is, because they have to know my intentions first. So if I tell you I'm here for a long time and I want to, you know what I'm saying, I'm building this towards marriage, then you come forth with what you want. You know what I mean? So if you tell me that you want the same thing, but I don't really get the sense, you know what I mean? And that's not going to take like 3 weeks. That's going to take months probably. You know what I mean? But again, you just start to feel the vibe. Sometimes your vibe changes and you be like, you know what? And I'm the type of person, like, I will gladly sit you down and we'll have a talk just to make sure that we're on the same page. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's very important because no one wants their time wasted. Even though it's going to happen, you don't want your time wasted.
Your Honor, that is not entirely true.
Some people love wasting their time.
I don't mind.
Yeah, they do.
I don't mind wasting a cool little 2 weeks.
You wasted probably 6 years of your life, but that's in other words.
Lowballing.
Mm-hmm.
Golly.
But like I said, I don't even know, like, I think I was talking to somebody recently about this, but like standards and
Bet not have been no nigga.
tolerations.
It bet not have been a nigga.
No, it wasn't. But you just have to identify what your like standards are, what you're going to tolerate. Like me, I didn't set it as a standard like, hey, I don't want to date a guy with 4 kids. I'm going to tolerate it. I'm okay with dating you and you have 4 kids. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because I got 4 kids. I got 4 of them.
Mm-hmm. And that term tolerate too. I think that's a big one because I think deal breakers, there's only a small handful of things that are just like, this is definitive. No circumstances am I going to be able to accept this. Like a lot more things fall in the gray area where it's like, I could tolerate this even though it's not ideal for what I'm looking for. Because I think that's what a lot of people make their deal breakers list off of. And it's like, it shouldn't be that grand. You should always have room to flex and wiggle with things you tolerate.
And sometimes it comes from like stuff that you've endured in the past. You know what I mean? Like you can be traumatized and not even know it, but that's where that standard or that, deal breaker is coming from. Like, and that happens.
Deal breaker. Are you fucking Asian? That's a deal breaker now.
Damn.
Because I've had too many fucking poor experiences with these goddamn
We're getting canceled.
They were already canceled, right, anyway?
Yeah, we were canceled.
Fine.
We canceled that. We got canceled that.
What is happening? Oh, God. Okay. Well, yeah, see? That's your deal breaker, and that's from personal, deep-rooted.
I'm just kidding. That's not a deal breaker. I'm like, that's one of those things that falls in that gray area nowadays.
Right.
It's like, and it's
you
not even
tread
on
lightly. You kind of just...
It's not even on some hateful, like, racist shit where it's like, I've been fucking dealt wrong by these people so long, I hate them, but more so...
It's my turn to return the favor.
Well, no, it's just more so from, like, a cultural, traditional standpoint. Like, I understand, like, in that culture, there's a lot of things, a lot of family ties and things that need to get factored into, like, just their basic relationships, like pursuing anything serious and trying to incorporate someone into your family. And I'm like, when I know that that's kind of like a normal thing in a lot of Asian families where it's just like, first off, like it's kind of taboo to date somebody outside of the race, even more so a black person, but then to know all of the like kind of guidelines that they have and how much that doesn't match up with just like my culture in general. That's why I'm like, I'm not too quick to fall into those situations just because, and it all goes on an individual standpoint because it's like, how heavily is your family invested into your dating life? Because if it's like a major thing, I'm not going to pursue that because I know exactly what's going on in a lot of those camps. But, if you're an individual, you got your own mind and you're going to make your own decisions, and it's like, hey, maybe there can be something there. But it kind of comes down to an individual. And that's why I think like, those guidelines, those gray areas and whatnot, like, you got to be willing to base a lot of things based on the individual because, things that would not be cool where you're like, I could never accept this might be acceptable with the next person for whatever reason. So,
right.
So say, for instance, I will not ever date a man in the military. My own perspective, you know what I mean? Obviously, everybody in the military is different. But from my experiences, that's what I'm going based off of.
So you saying you don't want a nigga with a Dodge Charger?
Wow. Is that what they drive?
Every nigga in the military has a Dodge Charger.
No, they're Challengers.
It's the Dodge Charger.
I was going to say a Challenger.
No, it's the Dodge Charger. It's literally a Dodge Charger.
I don't care what you drive. I'm not dating you because every
Nigga,
military
this
man...
is a Dodge.
No, I'm finna dodge you because no thank you. But no, I just can't date military men. I've always had horrible experiences. They're very arrogant to me. And they just want to be like very controlling of what you have going on. No, it's not racist. That's my own perspective and what I dealt with.
You're being racist towards military people.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't think military people are a race of people.
Yeah, like I said, everybody's different in the military.
They're not.
And I get that, but no, I don't. I
know
can't do it.
The problem is them niggas don't get fucking vouchers for salad coupons and shit.
God, she was like, I'm tired of eating ration. Standard military issue. What the fuck? She started going to the military grocery store.
You mean you get 12 of these bitches a week?
Pour some water on it, and it turns into a meal.
I'm not waking up and doing 500 push-ups. I'm not doing any of that, okay? Leave me alone.
She don't want to talk to a nigga that wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I don't, because go to fuck to sleep. Like, what are you doing? That's weird.
What the fuck? Hold on. What's wrong with waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning?
I'm just kidding. I work overnight, so, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
well.
You wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, I'm like feeling personally attacked right now.
No,
damn.
That ain't nothing.
You wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Every day?
Damn.
Monday through Friday, yeah.
Is it just because of work or because that's the time you wake up?
I mean, that's kind of how I'd be waking up, because like today I woke up around the same time. So this just, my body's acclimated to that schedule because I've been doing opening shifts for over 10 years. So, but yeah, for me, it's like that's my sweet spot in the morning to get up and do everything I need to do before work and then still get to work on time.
It's very fucking responsible. I have to be to work at 6 and I wake up at 5. And I snooze till 5:20.
Which is what's crazy because I'll be leaving the house and I'm like, I have to be at work at 6 too, but I'm like, I work in Elk Grove. I'm like, I don't know where you work at, but I'm like, I don't assume it's anywhere close.
It's 20 minutes away.
Yeah, which is why I'm like, nigga, how do you be leaving after me and making it to work?
He doesn't.
Yes, I do. But
barely.
My deal breakers for me.
You don't have any, nigga.
I do have some fucking deal breakers. I don't talk to girls that got more than one kid.
Okay.
Fucking hypocrite.
Whatever.
Hypocritical.
The fuck, you got kids? What kind of irresponsible? No, we can't have two people making all these irresponsible.
My mindset is, if we end up getting together into something serious and you end up getting pregnant, now we fucking have 6 kids.
Okay.
And I don't want to have 6
wow,
kids.
that's the math you're going with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want 6 kids. I don't even want 5. But I will take on a bonus baby. But only 1. Don't bring your fucking other kid with you.
Wow.
Pick a kid.
So having more than one kid isn't a deal breaker. Bringing more than one kid is what the problem is. You want it to work, you better get rid of it. I don't want no extra niggas.
I don't want no extra
So
niggas.
what if one of her kids stayed with their daddy primarily and she got one, you know? Is that okay?
Then I'm looking at you funny for different reasons.
Your Honor, let me check.
Okay.
Because I think that might work.
Okay.
But
intermission.
my thing is, and I always get hit with this a lot, is women who want to have more kids, and I'm kind of like open to having more kids, but not really for real. So
Your Honor, he wants to put his nuts on the table.
I want to put my nuts on the table. I've had this argument many times, and that is probably not even an argument, just a debate. They're like, you already have all your kids. Why
don't I get a chance to?
Yeah, why? I still want to have a kid with you or something like that. And I'm like, well, you fucking came too late. You should have got it. You should have got to me sooner.
No, you came too early.
That was
damn.
Shots fired.
That was one time.
Wordplay.
That was one time.
Okay.
Last week. Twice.
Damn.
Okay.
No.
Well.
No. So, I wanted to touch on something as far as like the age difference goes, because I saw this thing on the internet and it was a debate about dudes who are older who talk to younger girls,
preying on them.
I don't know if it would be preying on them. So let's say, for instance, a girl was like 13 before. And then
before,
I mean,
like the motherfucker just skipped the years.
Right. Well, let's just say
you know, commonly most girls, they don't even try and touch 13. They just go 12, 16.
Okay.
The fuck kind of shit.
Was she a leap year baby?
Let's just say that they was 13 and you knew of the girl, right? And then later on in life, that girl becomes 25 and you guys start talking to each other.
And she grew up too?
Yeah.
This bitch is just fucking breaking records.
What would you think about that? Like,
how old is the dude? No, actually, no. Sorry, that's not even the right question, because I think when you frame this question like this, like, I think the more important question is like, what was the dude's intention? Like, was he like grooming this girl from a young age.
So he admired her when she was younger.
I don't know. I wouldn't. I think that would be the thing for me. Like, if you were, when this girl was underage, did you look at her romantically or anything like that? If she was just a regular fucking kid and you didn't really give a fuck if she was, I mean, not give a fuck if she was there or not, but you never thought like, ooh, she's cute, or I can't wait till she gets older. She just
just a person.
Yeah, she's just a person. I don't know if that would be, to me, socially acceptable. People would be like, you're a fucking pervert. You're a nasty.
I've had that happen to me. I've had guys say, oh, if you was just a few years older. And it's like, for me, it's kind of like...
That's fucking nasty.
Yeah,
I mean, I was like 16. And, it's kind of like, it's very weird. And it makes me uncomfortable. It makes females uncomfortable.
Yeah, if a nigga comes up to a 16-year-old and just, damn... He was just a little bit older. Nigga, you stay away from kids.
Oh my God, that's how it is though.
The reason why I thought about that is because, okay, so my wife and kids came out when I think it came out like 1999 or the year 2000. I think I was like 13 years old, right? And Katie, was it Katie? Remember the daughter, the youngest daughter? The youngest daughter. She got older. She got older and she was fine as hell. And then they showed her picture on like as an adult, and then everybody was like, well, we kind of already knew she was going to be attractive. Even the women. So are the women perverts too?
That's the same thing. We're
that?
Like, well, shit, she looks kind of crazy now. But Raven, Simone,
I liked Raven ever since. Well,
she was beautiful.
She's older than me, but ever since she was on the Cosby Show, like I've had a crush on her since forever.
She was very pretty growing up. So it's like,
does that make you a pervert though? If you see somebody and you see like somebody and you like, well, that's a pretty person.
I just feel like you should keep that to yourself, because we as females, like, we don't know your expectations. But if you're saying that we're pretty, we're instantly gonna think you're sexually attracted to us. Damn. Like, it has to be sexual. Because what the hell are you gonna have in common with a 13-year-old? What are you going to have in common with a 13-year-old?
No, I was 13.
You can't even... I'm saying, no. You just said an older man talking about a 13-year-old. That's what I'm going back to.
Right.
But I'm saying, what do you have in common? What are you even going to talk about?
No, he didn't talk to the 13-year-old. The 13-year-old, he knew of the 13-year-old. And then, when the girl got older, then he shot his shot.
Same thing. You were obviously attracted to them because of what? Their look.
No. I think what he's saying, like, say... Let's say... You're 13. No, let's say you're like 16, and there's like, I don't know.
That age is making you uncomfortable.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to pick a age to make this bracket work better. Let's say you're like 16, and then there's, I don't know, some 8-year-old, and that's just some kid that lives in your neighborhood or something like that. You know them, or they went to school with you or something. You've seen them, and then. Nothing, you're just two individuals in this world. You grow up, now you're 30, and now this kid's grown up and they're, sorry, I don't feel like doing math, but they're whatever age that makes them legal, and you guys just are now, it's the same age gap, but you're adults.
They would be 22.
Yeah.
Whatever, Nick. Yeah. 8 years difference. But they're 22, you're 30, and for whatever reason, there's some instance where it's like, I don't know, you see her at a bar or something like that, and it's just like, oh shit, like, you're that person I used to know, and it's like, oh damn, you're kind of cute, and it's like, we're both adults now, like, now.
I don't know, because why are you preying on me?
Why?
That's my own feeling though.
That's what
I get it. Don't get me wrong.
What if they wasn't preying on the person?
Okay, you can give them a chance. I'd give someone a chance. But
I think it's weird, like when niggas be in the family, like family type of shit, where it's like maybe it might be like a person who's not really related to you, or let's just say like a dude that's in a relationship with a woman and her daughter was young, and then you talk to the daughter when she gets older. That would be like, nigga, was you looking at her the whole time?
Yeah, and I think it makes a big difference, like I said, if you actually say something to that person versus just keeping it in your head. Because if you tell me that you're attracted to me, I'm going to be like,
what if they don't even say it?
That's what's going to make me feel like you were preying on me. But if you kept it to yourself, fine, and you just approach me later on down the line, then hey, let's go for it. Let's go for it.
What is it when people call kids ugly or pretty or cute? Does that mean that they fucking like them like that?
No.
So that could be like...
Oh, I have to use the bathroom. I want to touch on that in a second, though.
Yeah, I feel like there's a whole intention thing. Like...
Yes, intentions are
very important with that type of stuff. Yeah, it's an intention thing. Like, I've seen little girls that are dressed up, their hair be nice. They're pretty little kids.
They pretty, yeah.
Right. But same thing with little boys. You see a little boy and like they got the bright eyes and the little teeth. He's like cute little kid.
Yeah, that's fine. But like I said, the guy that approached me when I was 16, the way he approached me is what made everything foul. Right. If he was just to say like I was nice looking, but even still, as a 16-year-old, it rubs you the wrong way because why are you complimenting me? You know what I mean?
Right.
And why are you saying like and the demeanor of it all like, oh, if you were just a few years older, like why are you talking to me like that?
Weird.
That's weird as hell.
No,
so yes, it does make you uncomfortable. And no, I would never give you a chance later on in life.
That is some predator shit.
Yeah.
There was an instance when I used to get my haircut at this one barbershop. There was a barber whose daughter was like, I don't know how old she was. She had to be like 15 or 16. And she had like a adult body. And she always used to wear skimpy ass clothes. And I remember she had walked in one time and you could see like all the dudes started looking. And my barber had leaned over and he was like, see, I don't know why he let his daughter wear that shit. He was like, of course everybody can see that, you know, she got her ass out and all this stuff. He was like, but what about the niggas who take that extra step and want to go further than that? Like, okay, so those niggas in the shop was looking. So now that you've looked, what is your mind? What's going through your mind? What are your intentions? Like, why is you looking in the first place?
Yeah.
But some people I've looked at ass and be like, oh, that's an old ass lady.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
it's very hard to tell now.
You look at ass first before you see the person, or you've looked at an ass and then find out that person was not a fucking adult, and you be like, "Oh shit!"
It happens. You should. I mean, I just feel like you shouldn't guilt trip yourself now because we're 2022 now, and these young girls are dressed as adults. The stomach showing, they got their titties hanging out.
Yes,
you know what I mean. They got all this going on. They wearing lashes. Like everything about them is just super fucking grown.
When I used to work at Nordstrom, that was like. I was like, bro, I'm so glad I don't fucking have a daughter. I know there's no fucking way that a fucking parent is letting girls come out with them little ass clothes on.
They got tattoos at 13 years old. You like, what?
You'd be surprised though. Some parents don't be giving a fuck.
They don't
Bro, there's so much shit going on in the world. Like, it's so much like people getting fucking kidnapped and what is that shit called? Sex trafficking and shit like that. Like, but see, I don't know if clothing makes that. I mean,
it has an impact for sure.
It has an impact, but I'm saying like. Pervert people are perverts no matter what.
Because we grew up thinking, oh, as a kid, you're not showing skin. You're not showing... when I was 12, I was not showing skin. You know what I mean? Running track, yeah, maybe, but I was never out wearing crop tops. None of that. Nowadays, you literally can go to school in a bra and they be, all right, that's cool. Like, why are you letting this 13-year-old go to school in a bralette? Like, you know what I mean? It just makes no sense to me. But, hey, to each his own.
I think that's a much greater issue. I was speaking with some people about this. I think we live in a society that has been hypersexualized and for all the wrong reasons, which is why you see it leak out into just so many normal day-to-day things, just like, for instance, how individuals dress going to school. And what you were saying, like, about parents and stuff like that and, you know, not letting, you know, who would consciously let their kid do that, like, it's crazy the fact that we live in a world where people are so they're so anxious to push this concept of like empowerment and, you know, like you got to have the ability to be a free thinker and give people the right to do whatever they want to do. Like they feel like it's better to do that without asking any questions versus, you know, showing a little bit of restriction. And even as a parent, you know, and say, hey, you shouldn't wear this outside the house because this is not good for multiple different reasons.
Right.
Granted, they may not always know how to articulate why those reasons are, but, you know, they won't put their foot down as a parent either and say, like, no, this is not a great idea. They're like, well, I want to be this child's friend. And, you know, doing something that's going to make them happy makes me feel like a better parent than actually being a parent and making decisions that might help them in the long run.
So. What do they call it, being free-spirited? I don't even know. Letting them live their own life.
Yeah.
It has to have some type of boundaries at some point.
Yeah, which is why I'm like, I mean, there's a reason why you don't let kids just make every decision they want. Otherwise, they'd be eating fucking cookies and chips every night for dinner and fucking do whatever stupid shit kids think, you know, before they get, you know, the opportunity to experience life and start realizing, like, you know, there's a reason why some of this boring stuff that I don't like, these things that I enjoy, why I have to incorporate them into my life. Like, it's a level of balance that comes with it. But you live, you learn.
You gotta care. You gotta care at some point. You gotta have a little bit.
It's too much shit going on, bro. Even like teenage kids. Like my son just told me about a kid at his school who like was sending unsolicited dick pics. Is that what he did? He sent some dick pics or some? Oh no! He video chatted a girl. He video chatted a girl, and then he was masturbating on the video call without her consent. And he wasn't her dude. She had a boyfriend, and I'm like, bruh, niggas are being predators already in fucking high school. That's fucking weird as shit. Like, how do you just start jacking off on camera to a girl?
The predators don't care. As a parent, you need to.
But that's
you just jump straight to predatorism as a teenager.
You know, hold on.
But that's a deeper issue because it could have been something from their past. You know what I mean? What if they were preyed on when they were younger? What if they had a trauma? What if they were molested? You know, it could be any little thing.
More than likely, like if a kid is doing that, they're mirroring some type of behavior that they've either experienced or that they've seen from somebody else.
And it could be to cope with their own trauma. You know what I'm saying? They get their, you know, woo side of it from doing it to somebody else. It's the same thing with like bullying. You're bullied because you were bullied type thing. You know what I mean? So I pray for these babies though.
It's definitely, well, let's liven up the mood a little bit.
I know. We done went all out of topics.
Yeah, I know.
No, we're going to keep going deeper actually.
We are.
Because I want to, since we're in this kind of area of the pool, because we're talking about age difference and we started talking about some of this pedophilia stuff. And, you know, so I've been watching a lot of this stuff online lately. It's kind of like Dateline, except it's like these like private people that do stuff on like YouTube and stuff, like catching predators.
Right.
And it's been very interesting to see, first off, how many people do this shit all over the world. Like, you know, it's crazy.
It's almost like a hobby, like a job. Like, why are you doing this?
What, preying on kids or like... Yeah, well, yeah. Like, it's sad,
it's literally their job.
Yeah.
They make money off of it. I'm pretty sure they make some type
being
of money.
pedophiles?
Yeah.
Pedophiles.
Sex trafficking?
Sex trafficking. Child porn.
No, some of them, definitely are in it because I've seen some of those people.
Speaking of child porn, listen, I got on that fucking, what is that shit called? The dark web?
What is that?
It's the dark web. It's like
You thought the internet was crazy.
Bro, I got on the dark web because I thought that, well, they got a lot of shit on there. My intentions was I was trying to find like hacked OnlyFans videos because I don't want to pay for the videos.
What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure hey.
I'm sorry, what?
Like somebody, like the OnlyFans leaks.
Okay.
So I got on the dark web and never search OnlyFans or anything porn related on the dark web.
That sounds scary.
Never ever do it. I almost burned my computer. I was like, bro, I'm going to jail.
Whoa.
I'm going to jail.
That's terrifying.
So, but see, I found out I found this out though. They have like a whole lot of I forgot the name for it. It's like honey something like that, right? Where like police officers put honeypot, thank you. Exactly what people are looking for, like people's personal identifiable information, drugs, things that people will get off the dark internet, child pornography. So basically, there's all these websites and they're just waiting for you to go past the access point. And once you go past the access point, you're like, ding, then it's a wrap. So I was like, bro, I'm going to jail. I literally started Googling and shit, and it was like, as long as you don't go past
the actual search.
Yeah, you're fine. And I was like, whew, shit, goddamn, because boy, that shit, I'm never
trying to get caught up there.
Yeah, not that. Boy, you know how fucking crazy that would be if they got me arrested walking out of the house and there's like, this nigga was watching child porn. That's fucking, I would
stay off that site.
I deleted the whole thing.
Which is what's crazy, because usually when those people get caught up, it's like, we found with like 12 terabytes worth of child porn.
Bro, how much fucking
carry
porn?
This nigga out. We found 4 kilobytes.
4 kilobytes?
Where?
He was child porning wrong.
First timer clearly didn't know what he was doing.
Oh my God. Yeah, bro. I got off that shit and then come to find out that you can find the OnlyFans leaks on the regular internet. So that's where I've been. That's where I've been
got
ever
what he was
since.
looking for.
So that's what you do when I'm not around?
If I'm watching porn, I want to see homegrown shit. I don't want to watch that big budget, weak ass shit. I want to see.
He said, "I don't want to see HD porn."
Yeah, I want to see bitches with mismatching socks.
Anywho.
Mismatched socks.
Anywho.
Mismatched ankle socks.
Mm-hmm. Babe.
Yes.
Talk about your cooling off period.
Oh, let's go to the cooling off period, or healing, as some would say. So, between dating or between partners, what do you think is an acceptable cooling off period?
Oh, me.
Yes, nigga. Expert?
Expert.
This nigga's not expert.
Well, I mean, it's gonna vary for each person because there's no finite amount of time you can say this is how long you need to take to heal. Like that healing process is just like say you take two people and you cut them in the same spot, they're not gonna heal at exactly the same rate. Based off of what your physiology is, that's gonna determine how quickly you heal. And, the same thing with people, like with their emotions and whatnot, their mental stability, that all comes down to how well put together of a person you are. That's going to determine how quickly you can heal before you can move on and hop into the next thing.
Right.
Question. So what would be a comfortable cooling off period for someone that you were pursuing? Like, what if someone told you, like, you had to stop talking to this nigga last week. Stop talking to a dude last week.
I mean, it could be a thing where it's like that could work for you. You could be
for you personally. What?
If somebody told me that they just recently stopped talking to somebody,
right?
I mean, honestly, if someone told me that, I would be like, okay, that's an indicator. Let me pay attention to your behaviors, the way you're doing things, the way you're processing your emotions, because that's going to tell me whether or not you're past whatever your last situation was. Because, like, for instance, some people can do that where it's like, yeah, a week ago, I was doing this and it wasn't nothing, so I was able to move past it easily. Oh, yeah. But then other people, like, you'll see them and it's like, yeah, I haven't talked to this person in like 2 years and they're still not fucking over it. And it's like, bro, like,
let it go.
I think it has a lot to do with being honest with yourself and your emotions. It's not about walking around with I don't give a fuck attitude. I'm hopping on to the next hella quick. If you are honest with yourself, you'll be able to determine how long you need to be away from a relationship to fully gather yourself in that healing moment.
Relationship,
so if you're
or
very
dating?
emotionally, if you're very what?
Either or, because it really comes down to how well you're able to process those things as a person. Because some people are not equipped to be in relationships because you see how they are in just dating and how any type of dating fail is like a major meltdown for them and whatnot.
It's the end of the world.
Yeah, while there's also other people, it's like, you've been to enough rodeos to a point where it's like, oh, this relationship went poorly. This might have broken the average person, but it's like, I can pick myself up and get back out there and, keep trying to pursue what it is I'm looking for.
I always say if you're like super emotionally involved with someone, you're going to take some time off. You know what I mean? You're going to have to find your grounding again, because you have to restart. You can't bring those emotions into another relationship. And that's why you have to be honest with yourself, because your past trauma, whatever you went through, don't bring that shit to me. You know what I mean? And I need you to realize that before you even come to me.
So
that was a good way you put that, because I think that perfectly described the term baggage. Like, people think baggage is like, like, for instance, kids or something like that. Like, having a kid is not baggage. Like,
it's not baggage.
It's baggage, Your Honor.
It's not baggage. Like, that's a part of your life circumstances at that point. Baggage would be like, this is luggage that should have got unloaded, but I haven't gotten the chance to sort through this shit, so it keeps coming with me everywhere I go.
Yeah.
What about you? What about the cooling off period for you? What's it?
I mean,
how long do
like I said, you just have to know yourself. Like, you have to be honest with yourself. And my thing is, a lot of men aren't able to, understand their emotions or, express them, and it kind of digs them into a hole.
Do you think it's just limited to a lot of men?
No, it's women too. Some women can't express themselves.
Some women or a lot of women?
A lot of women. We don't know. Sometimes, I mean, we, like you said, we are very emotional creatures, okay? But can we express ourselves easily than men? I believe so. But for men, I feel like you guys try to hide it
now,
because
when you say express, because I agree,
You sure didn't express yourself about that Caesar salad.
She did. She expressed that.
I did.
He's
We
a
had a
scumbag.
conversation.
Oh, y'all had a conversation?
Yeah.
You are.
I know I ain't shit, but we talked about why I ain't shit.
Filth of the earth.
We fucking
Jesus.
dreaming about croutons and shit. I cannot.
I'm hella weak.
No, but
What,
I don't know.
what is this? What is an acceptable amount of time, like a comfortable amount of time?
You want an
When it comes to
actual,
this.
like, fucking amount of time that you can say in time measurement?
If I mean,
Yeah,
because it also
like-
has to do with how long your relationship was. How long were you dealing with that person? How long were you invested with them?
Mhm.
What did you do? Did you have memories that you can't even, you know what I mean? Like, are there triggering
we can't
moments?
Eat at Applebee's.
Exactly.
okay, I have a
With
question.
certain things.
Because knowing that it varies per person, are you basically asking, like, for instance, like, not everybody's going to run a mile at the same time, but, like, what's the average for
Yes.
people?
Mhm.
Like, that's
Yes.
what you're kind of trying to figure
Yes.
out. I don't think you can put it in time measurement, though, because, like, it's something that fluctuates so wildly based off of the individual and, like I said, how well emotionally and mentally and spiritually put together they are. Like, you know, you can't gauge that because even somebody like me, I was out of the dating game for like 5 years because I was like, I need time to really understand myself better and get to a better point before I started getting involved with anybody else. I came back into it thinking like, okay, I'm ready. I did Tinder dating and the first Tinder date went bad. Man, I fucking sunk so low mentally to a point where I was like, man, I only known you for like 2 weeks. Why do I feel like this? But it's cool because it's like I fell down hard, but I got back up and I was like, you know what? No, this is all like, you understand this is part of the process. Like, you know.
What happened?
It was a girl with the boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Oh,
shit.
golly, yeah. That was a great story.
I think it also has to do with your life situations. What are you doing in life? Do you have distractions to get you out of that stoop that you're in? You know, if you are very like, oh, like I hate that even had to end, or you know, you're just dwelling on it. If you're really just sitting in bed doing nothing, you're gonna think about it. That's when your thoughts consume you the most. When you're alone, you know, it could just be me. I don't
really
know,
have a
but
cooling off period.
we know. But like I said, it depends on your emotions. It depends on how well you know yourself. It depends on, you know, are you really actively trying to date? You know what I mean? Like, can you just toss it over your shoulder and keep on pushing?
Keep pushing.
But at the same time, you have to acknowledge your emotions because that shit will fuck you up in the long run.
You're a keep pushing type of nigga because you don't take the time to process your emotions.
You don't, and then you process it in your next relationship.
This isn't about me, Your Honor.
That
do you feel attacked?
I feel attacked.
Oh, okay.
I feel like
good.
I feel like look, I feel like I'm not fucking hurt. I'm not injured. I don't need to heal. I can go the fuck on.
But people
I ain't
like
got a broken leg.
People like you are the ones that I look at, and don't take this the wrong way, but you guys have the weakest emotional fortitude.
I'm offended. Are you?
It's almost like you're so broken you can't acknowledge
Say it again. What is it?
People like you have the weakest emotional fortitude.
Are you emotionally fortitude shaming me?
Yes. And I want you to I want you to accept it. Don't shut this one out like you do all the other emotions.
Okay.
What does that mean?
All right, basically the way I put it is because I look at emotions like, you know, guys, we do this thing where we're told all the time like we can't have emotions. We're not supposed to process them in the regular way that everyone else does. Like it's like you gotta be strong, you gotta be a man. So because of that, like we get into this persona of like this is what we do, and everything else gets pushed down. Like we push it to the side because it's like, especially as Black people, we don't have the luxury to just be like, I don't want to feel bad today. It's like, nah, fucking every day sucks, nigga. Deal with it. You gotta deal with it.
Every day.
They shooting niggas again.
No, for real.
Yeah. So it's like when you understand that, and that's what you like start building your psyche. Like it's like, you know, when the emotions come, it's not like take this and process it. It's literally just throw it straight to the recycle bin every time. And the thing is like those emotions are still there. They don't go anywhere. It's either you process them when they come, or you put them there for a, to do later list or something like that. But you're gonna have to deal with them eventually.
You have to. And you become super guarded and triggered.
Delete the number, delete the text thread.
But you can't do that. Life. And the thing is like with the emotions, it's like it's this super integral part of you that you have to acknowledge, but like men, we choose not to. And the way I look at it is like, okay, what do you feel is more brave? The nigga that is willing to say, all right, I got hurt because, something out there, we'll call life the existential bully. The fucking bully hit me and it hurt in some way, and I don't want to deal with it. Who's braver? The person that says, hey, I know this hurt, but I'm going to go out there and deal with this regardless of what happens, or the nigga's like, that hurt. I'm going to stand here in this corner and just fucking shield everything that hurt and fucking block and fucking life and I don't want to deal with none of it. Like, that's what guys do with their emotions.
I mean, the niggas, if you're just blocking it, you're just going to keep getting hit.
And yeah, that's the thing. Is like we think, well, I'm weathering these blows. I still haven't went down. I must be doing it right. But it's like, no, that's the goal is not to keep taking these blows, but to learn how to
fight
deal
back.
With what these blows are.
So the last thing you want to do is become emotional.
So I should do domestic violence?
No, that's not what that.
Go ahead and go to jail if you want
to. There's some bitches I want to hit.
What I'm saying is you have to be able to see those emotions coming and learn how to properly defend yourself against them. And defending yourself against them isn't cowering in a corner when the thought of those emotions comes. It's facing them for what they are.
I don't know. I feel like I spent a lot of time being heavily emotionally invested.
No, you haven't.
I don't think you've ever been invested emotionally.
Because he has. But when you say a lot of time, like, nigga... we'll say.
But I'm saying that from what I experienced.
Maybe 2 times where he tried to do that.
That nigga said 1 or 2 times, not even a time span. He didn't even say.
But I'm saying that as your current girlfriend, based off of how you are with me. You know what I mean? And it's hard to see. It's hard to even tell that you have emotions. You know what I mean? You don't have emotions. You're very like just solid. You know what I mean? Like you're just hard. Like, I don't know. You have your days where I'm just like, you know what? Okay. I felt a little like, you know what I'm saying? But you also have this I don't give a fuck attitude, and it's very sour, and it's very
It's
poisonous.
not that I don't give a fuck. I think my thing is...
Sorry, y'all, I'm not coming for my boyfriend.
I'm just saying some shit doesn't always require emotional... It doesn't require emotions. Some shit just... whatever.
It's okay to say your feelings was hurt.
Because I get what you're saying. I don't think everything
you only have so many. You only have so much emotional.
That's not true.
I don't want to be drained of my fucking emotions. Some shit don't require me.
That's why you have to acknowledge it and get through it.
You have an emotional capacity, yes.
Yeah. Now, so some stuff doesn't require you to just get emotional about it. Some shit is just like, no, this shit didn't work out.
You were emotional, but since it didn't work out, now all of a sudden you don't want to be emotional about it.
I think you're applying that concept wrong, because yes, we do have a finite amount of emotional, like, I guess, just capacity that we have, but it's more so in the sense where it's like, you don't want to pour 100% of your emotion into every little thing, because 100% ain't gonna fill up everything 100%, which is why it's like, be conscious of what you allocate those emotions to. Now, that doesn't mean that you disregard emotions for what they are, because it's like, you take them and you process. Like, I feel like that's the thing about emotional awareness. It teaches you how to deal with those emotions, how to understand them, acknowledge them, and process them, so that each one is not this major thing where it's like, you feel like you're like going through something. Because, like, for instance, if a person has somebody that dies and they want to grieve, you can't be like, well, it's too much to fucking spend on this. I only got so much emotion, so I can't have, I can't feel bad about this, nigga.
That's different.
Other bad shit might happen in life, and I gotta save these emotions for
That's different, though.
See, it's a thing to, like, you know how you say, oh, I'm mentally checked out of this relationship, or I'm emotionally checked out, I'm physically checked out. That's one thing. Because I can be emotionally disconnected from you and we can get right back on track. But there's a difference between that kind of checkout. Yeah, there's a difference between that type of checkout versus, okay, I'm emotionally checked out from this relationship, but I still have to process the emotions from it.
You confuse me.
Yeah, me too, a little bit.
Okay. So I'm breaking up with you because I don't have an emotional connection with you. When nothing is there, it's gone.
Are you breaking up with me
You
on
said
the
you
podcast?
can bounce back from that?
You can if you okay. Physically, I feel like you can bounce back. Like if you just have like a disconnect, like something's just been off. No, because sometimes things can get a little off. You know what I mean?
I don't like you. I like fucking you.
And sometimes that's what it is. Like you get too attached to one, physical, emotional, mentally, financially, whatever it is.
Caesar salad's coming in.
Exactly. But no, you still have to go through the motions. You have to get out of those emotions, even after you check off.
Fuck all that. I ain't doing that shit.
That's why you so fucked up, man.
I like you. I've invested a lot into our relationship. If it goes bad,
he ain't bought me no Caesar salad.
Dang.
Just kidding. That was actually what I ordered on our first date.
that is what she ordered.
Oh my God.
She intended on ghosting me.
I definitely ordered a
Wow.
And she ain't pay for that shit either.
See, you start connecting these dots.
Oh, damn.
How do I get stuck with your ass? But no, I don't think okay, so what I was saying is me and you are together. We're in a relationship. And I've invested a lot into our relationship. I feel like I have been a remarkable nigga. So, if some shit goes bad,
I'm gonna go ahead and head out.
I feel like I've been a remarkable nigga. I've been probably one of the best version of myself with you that I have in any relationship.
I'm very glad you can acknowledge that.
So
I have to agree. I'm like, this is probably as far as relationship, Rouge, this is probably as good as it can get. So
No.
So let's just say, let's
you're
just
doing
say,
us a favor.
I think it also depends too on the way things end. So for me, if let's just say like you were like, this isn't working out anymore. I just need to. I don't want to talk to you anymore. And I might feel a type of way. But if you cheated on me or some shit like that, then my off button on emotions gets pressed, and I'm just gonna delete your number, delete your text thread, and go on with my fucking life.
Yeah.
And not care. But if it was something that I feel like, I don't know, something that I just couldn't get closure on, type of
less tragic, I guess.
Yeah, less tragic, then I would probably feel some type of way, like, what, we can't work it out. We can't work it out. But
I mean, that type of stuff, yes, you're still gonna have some type of feelings towards that. But I feel like if I were to get cheated on, first of all, I don't like cheaters. I don't like liars. Deal breaker, right? So you go back to the deal breaker.
I'm a liar and a cheater.
We know. But
are you telling the truth right now?
But when you come, like, if that happens to you, I'm sorry, what?
I didn't say nothing,
What?
Ray. I did not say nothing.
You got something to say?
No.
Okay. But
I
yeah,
didn't say
anywho,
nothing.
if the relationship ends like that, yes, I see how you could just cut that shit off and be like, bitch, fuck you. It's a wrap. You know what I mean? Like, because fuck you. Why did you do that? Bitch, you broke my heart. No, I'm just kidding. But like, seriously, I get why you can I do that?
Like, can I just turn my feelings off and then go find somebody else?
I mean, it's gonna feel that way because that's something that you don't want to happen. You don't like that. Like, no one likes to be cheated on. I hope not. But it's just something that you're like, that's like final straw. Like, why the fuck would you do that?
I think there's like these, for me, there is like stuff as a 30-year-old human being in your 30s, there are things that people know they should not do in a relationship. You shouldn't be dishonest with your partner. You shouldn't cheat on your partner. Maybe some people are not good at communicating with your partner, so I wouldn't put that there. But I feel like dishonesty and cheating are just two things that there's no accidental doing shit like that. And it wasn't like, I don't know, I didn't know, it just happened, or I was vulnerable, or you've been doing this. Like, no, that shit's not cool. So
it's not.
If you do that, I'm automatically just gonna shut my feelings off. I have removed myself from the situation, and I will go on about my life.
Right.
I don't have to cool off from that. I don't have to heal from that shit. I'm gonna go on about my fucking life. Bitch, you lost the best thing that you ever had. Now deal with it.
When you say cheating and stuff like that, or dishonesty in a relationship, you say it doesn't happen accidentally,
right?
Now, how much of a conscious effort do you think a person puts into it?
To be dishonest and to cheat?
Yeah.
That's their intentions. That's what they intend on doing.
You made the decision.
I disagree because I don't think that's always what a person's intention.
So you think somebody can cheat on accident?
Well, not on accident, because ultimately you still have your decision-making process. Like, you made a decision.
Right from wrong.
Yeah. And I'm not just talking about just like lying, like stupid ass lies. Some lies you can just have a conversation like, why would you lie about that? Like, we can have a conversation.
I always lie about the dumbest stuff.
Yeah.
Like the things that don't matter.
But if you like deleting text messages, saying the dude is just your friend and you trying to be with him romantically or shit like that, I think is like straight up dishonesty and
because
you fucking out of here, bitch.
That's a much greater level of dishonesty, though. Yeah, because I'm not proud of it, but I found myself in the cheating boat before.
You cheated?
Yeah.
What?
No.
You filthy animal.
Dude, did you open the door for another girl? No, I'm just kidding.
Hold on. You salad stealing motherfucker. I don't want to hear it from you, goddammit. No.
Oh, no.
Anyway, all right. So I fucked up once. I'll go ahead and open up on this situation. All right, and after getting,
I'm judging you.
I should be judged. I should be criticized. I mean, I did something wrong. And see, I don't like to use the term mistake because, like, you can say, like, oh, I made a mistake. But mistake is more so just like, oh, I tried to do this one thing, but then something else happened. That's a mistake. Like,
it's a mistake because it was wrong.
A bad decision is closer to what that is because it's like, I know what I did and it's fucking wrong and I still chose to do it. So it's like, bad decision is what I'll call it. But my situation, I was in a relationship, and the thing was I was not as emotionally available as I should have been, and the person I was with was not emotionally available either. Or there was no emotional maturity on her end either. And it was just a bad relationship. And for me, like, I was always, like, in the concept of, like, you got to be faithful. If you're in a relationship, make it work. And if it's not working, then get out of it. Like, that's the way it should be. But I had a night, I was out with some friends, and, I ended up getting drunk and whatnot, and I was kicking it with one of the homegirls. And this, like, literally just was, like, all in the spur of a moment because it's, like, it started off, like, we're all kicking it, and then fucking everybody falls asleep, and me and her are just sitting there drinking, and we're talking about relationship problems and stuff like that. And then before you know it, it's, like, turned into something else. And it's like,
That's not a before you know it.
No, it was pretty goddamn quick, yeah, because it was like, nigga, like, when you look at the hour before where it's like, oh, we're just like kind of sitting here hanging, and in 30 minutes it's like, now we're going into all this relationship
y'all done connected off y'all own trauma.
That's an hour.
That's exactly what it was.
You found
that's
a
an
connection,
hour, and that's an hour and 30 minutes. You said an hour before, and then 30 minutes you're talking about relationships. That's an hour and 30 minutes.
No, I'm saying within the span of an hour, it went from just like, at that start of the hour, we're just having regular conversation. 30 minutes later, now we're drinking, talking about all of our traumas. And then in the next 30 minutes, it's like, now something else is happening.
That's 2 hours.
That's 1 hour.
Don't matter,
non-counting ass motherfucker.
God damn.
Is that what you said?
1 hour. Yes.
1 hour you were having a regular conversation.
Yes.
30 minutes you started talking about.
No, I'm saying in the span of 1 hour.
Okay, 30 minutes.
You go back to the start of that hour where we're having regular conversation.
Okay, got it.
30 minutes later.
30 minutes of that hour was regular talk.
Well, no, the whole night was regular talk. It's just regular talk, regular interaction. And then at one point we started like going into like relationship stuff. And then the next 30 minutes, now it's this heavy, like, all of our grievances with relationships and stuff. And then after that, the next 30 minutes, it's,
Yeah.
You was beating them cheeks.
Look.
Whatever.
Okay, we have a whole episode to talk about cheating and all what
But let's no, I want to hear about this.
We're gonna talk about it. Yeah.
I want to hear about this from the expert.
Wow, now I'm the cheating expert.
Cheater.
Cheating
Exactly.
expert. Let's bring him back for that episode too.
No, it's a mess at this point.
I'm right. Shit.
I just don't see that as. You still see that as a kind of a mistake, or things just happened, or
that's why
happened. I wasn't.
That's why I say I won't call it a mistake because it was a poor decision. Like
it was a poor decision.
Yeah.
My thing is, I mean, yes, when you drink, you're doing drugs, something like that, and you're in an altered state of mind. Do I still think you consciously know right from wrong? Yes.
Yes.
Do I think that you start to blame your alteration for your mistake? Yes. So that's why it's so like it's scary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You just never know what someone's capable of doing while under the influence of anything. You know what I mean? It's a scary thing being in a relationship. Like, I don't know how he is drunk without me. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But for me, it's kind of like I'm trusting him to
I'm annoying.
Not
drunk without you.
But I'm trusting him to not be to put himself in a compromisable position is all I ask. You know what I mean? Like, don't put yourself in a situation where shit can go left and all of a sudden it has to be a mistake, a poor decision, because I'm not falling for it. What you did is what you did, and you can kick the fuck rocks. I'm done.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Fair. No, that's totally fair.
It's fair game.
But that's why I was asking you about, like, you know, the concept of, like, intention. Because, like, you know, for instance, my intention was never to do anything like that night. It was like, I'm just going out to kick it with the homies. But I'll say...
Your intention didn't start off like that. Your intentions
might have been to... You wanted to get something off your chest. You wanted to acknowledge your emotions, and you acknowledged it to the wrong person. And that's why things led to where they led.
In that moment,
because you became emotionally connected to somebody else versus the person that you should have been having that conversation with.
The cheating didn't start at the fucking. The cheating started at the entertaining another person.
It did.
Well, yeah.
Because once you dive too damn deep, you can't get out that hole.
And that's the thing, because, like, for me, if it was like... Because any other circumstances, like, say things are fine, it's like, you know, I have no problem being like, hey, you know, like, whatever this, even if this just seems kind of awkward, so it's just, you know, I'm in a relationship and all that, but it's like, because things were in that already dark area, it's like, you know, now you have less filters, you know, for me, it's like, I didn't understand that until way later. It's like, okay, you were seeking that emotional connection with somebody.
It felt good.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to be... You have to be cautious of what you're doing. You have to be cautious of your conversations. I don't mind you saying hi, bye, you know, you have a little conversation here and there, but you need to be able to acknowledge.
Your Honor.
No, I'm saying hi and bye. Like, don't be all too invested in the conversation to where you get lost.
Remember that one time I was like, we was at Walmart and that girl said hi and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, to me that's a weird ass phrase to say. It's just weird because why are you saying, hey, what's going on? Because my thing is, if the bitch was to respond and be like, oh, nothing, just shopping, trying to find groceries for my house.
That's her fault. What the fuck you responding to?
But that's what I'm saying. Because I'm like, what do you want me to respond to that? Because if a nigga asks me that, I'm going to be like, huh?
Exactly.
Like, why are you talking to me like that? Like, what's going on?
That's a
question.
A greeting.
It's a question.
It's a greeting.
Hey, what's going on?
It's a greeting.
Hey, what's going on? That's the same thing as how you doing.
I didn't say, hey, what's going on?
When somebody walks past me and says,
what's going on?
No. You did.
No, I never say, hey, what's going on?
Regardless, when you walk, if you say, how you doing? That's a question. You have every right to say, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
People don't do that, though.
But you either take it as a question or a greeting.
They said you should not have responded in the form of a question.
I just, look.
But my thing is...
No further questions, Your Honor.
Look, is that a greeting? Have you heard people say what's going on?
I ain't never heard.
Did you respond to what's going on?
Gas station just earlier when I was.
Did you respond back? Like, did you respond back or did you just?
Yeah, it was good.
Like, say for instance, you go in to see the cashier and you put your stuff up there. They're like, hey, how's it going?
So let's say you said what's up first, and the person after said what's going on. Are you gonna follow? Are you gonna say something back?
Yeah, every time I'm like, nothing, what's good with you?
I'm hella awkward. I'll be like, nothing. Nothing at all. Like, what's going on?
Wait, so
that's an awkward ass question.
Is it?
What do you mean what's going on? I don't know what's going on. I'm just in the store.
It's an idiom.
It is, like I said, you take it as a comment.
I think it's like socially accepted not to say shit back. You don't say nothing back. Look, you're not supposed to say nothing back to what's going on.
When you say good morning, somebody else says good morning. When you run it past somebody, you say good morning, they say good morning. That's just statement to statement versus how you doing? Good, how are you? Good. Keep it pushing. Boom. Sometimes you just say how you doing.
I think what's going on doesn't require a response. And
what's going on? But that's how I'm saying you can't expect someone else to just not say anything because they're going to take it how they want.
I've been saying what's going on for hella long. So
that's fine. I haven't been with you forever. I'm just now hearing you say that.
No,
like,
I say what's going on all the time, and I don't remember a time somebody has ever said
that's you
living great.
That's you, but that's what I'm saying. We in Walmart, and you know the guy. Obviously, it's another couple, but you sitting here saying, you know, you talking to the female, or she says hi, you know, and she's saying hi to both of us. I'm not really a social person, so sometimes I choose to say hi, sometimes I don't. I don't know. But I just felt like it was just a weird thing to happen at that time. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, hey, how you doing?
I didn't say,
like,
hey, how you doing?
But in my head, I'm like, is he really asking this?
I did not say, hey, how you doing?
I had a little trip moment. No, I had a little trip moment.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, She finna start conversating with my man right in front of me, nigga, because I'm finna beat both their asses in this goddamn Walmart.
You fired me the fuck up.
I did because I was so confused.
You damn near pulled me like, hey, don't you shut the shit up.
I did because I was so confused. I had never heard it before, and it was just like, what was the intentions?
Nothing much. How about you? How's going on with you?
See, you took it as a question versus
no,
he's
being an asshole. He would never respond to what's going on.
Okay,
always
say how
respond like that.
Say it to me. Say it to me right now.
What's going on?
What's going on?
You have to say something
That's
first.
weird as hell. That's how awkward. What's going on? What's going on?
I never say or greet somebody first with what's going on. They have to say hi or something to me first.
It's weird. What's going on?
If I
personally don't think it's that weird. I think you may just be getting a little defensive based off the circumstances.
I just said that. I was like, I tripped for a minute when I was there. I was like, why the fuck is he? I'm like, is they finna start having a conversation in front of me? I'd be damned.
I'm finna a conversation with a bitch.
You know, these motherfuckers have the audacity to exchange words in front of me.
But instead of really tripping, you know what I'm saying, on some weird ass shit, I talked to him and I'm like, why? Like, what was your motive of saying, like, what, like, do you, like, what were you expecting?
Your Honor, she slapped me in the car. She slapped me while I was in the car.
Were you genuinely concerned about what's going on with her?
Right.
You want to know what was happening in her life?
I could have said all that. But I'm just saying, like, why did you say that? Like, what's going on? And then I'm like, I don't want any shit to start either because she was with her man. So it's just like, oh my God. What if she would have took it the wrong way?
This is about to be the weirdest foursome ever.
Because what if his dude would have turned around like, nigga, why you asking my girl what's going on?
Then we would have been in there tripping.
Then we would have been squabbling.
Now that would have been really funny. You saying what's going on to the other girl and her getting mad at you responding to that, and then that dude getting mad at her subsequently responding to what you said to what she said, and they just having a whole...
See, my thing is, if a dude walks past me and
whoa, that's a weird name.
I know, huh?
I don't ever hear that anymore.
Block that out. What time is it on?
Anywho,
block that out.
But if a guy walks past us and he looks at me, he looks at me and says hi, I'm not responding. Because why the fuck you? I just don't feel like I don't feel like the hi was intentional for both of us.
Girls do that shit.
I'd rather you say hi to my man versus me because I'm not going to respond.
I'm big on that too, though. If I see a girl and a dude, I'm going to greet the dude first.
Yeah, it's a respect thing.
All right, I get that because, like, see, for me, it's like I'm going to greet both people, but like I usually make eye contact with the dude first and then greet them and then greet the woman.
You can say, "Hey, how y'all doing?"
If it's a girl that I know, I will greet the girl first, and then I'm always say, "Yeah." But if it's just, I don't think I talk to random couples in life.
I'm always talking to strangers, so that's why for me it's like I don't know. I don't like putting these boundaries up against.
Oh, you know. Look,
I can put that up like a hostage.
Heard. Acknowledged.
Acknowledged. Switch it out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't do that shit to me again in public because
what I do?
You snatched me by my neck.
I did not. Oh my God.
Your Honor, she hurt me.
Oh my God.
I was like, I'm not saying nothing to nobody else ever again.
I probably did like this. What did you mean by, hey, how you doing?
I did not say, hey, how you doing? Okay, I said, what's going on?
So I guess you guys are probably in that camp.
Hey, what's going on?
It's not acceptable.
I didn't say, hey.
Hey, what's going on?
I said, what's going on? I never say fucking, hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Wait, hold on. I have a question. Now, when this girl said something, because you said she was there with her boyfriend, like, what was the energy? Was it like,
oh, hey. Fucking walking by?
No, we were just walking by.
Hey. Or was it, hey?
No, it was just like a hey. And
I don't even think she said anything
I don't even
back.
think she was talking to us. She might have been talking to the baby because the baby was in the cart with us.
Oh, well, that makes a lot more sense.
Because I don't even think she was talking to us.
No.
She might not have been talking.
I don't think
you guys are perfect for each other. Both of y'all be fucking tripping for no goddamn reason.
But at least we acknowledge our weird ass trip moments. Like I'll be like, you know what? Why the fuck did I do
It's
that?
mostly her.
It's mostly me. I can acknowledge. I own my shit. Trust me, I own my shit. Because when something don't make sense to me, I'm gonna be like,
knowing this nigga all my life, and then you to be consciously like, oh, yeah, it's usually me tripping. Like,
it's not. Oh no,
fucking tripping.
He trips. You do trip, and you be on some bullshit. Me, I'm more open to like acknowledging my shit.
What I tripped about?
I know this is unfair to bring up like old shit, but I'm like, nigga, I watched you walk through an apartment complex punching out every
Remember I told you that story? We just walked by that motherfucker the other day.
What?
And I was telling, remember I told you the story by the time I got drunk and I tripped and
yep. We were on a walk.
punched out every fucking light in
kicked
the
out all the lights in the apartment. And I had the video, and the video, all you do is like see lights on, you see my white tee, and it's like going towards the light, and you see the light turn out.
Yeah.
Because I was kicking all
insane.
the fucking all. Yeah, I've tripped a few times. Not relationship trip though. I don't trip like.
Well, because you do it differently. It's the emotional shutoff.
Is that tripping?
Preacher.
Yeah. Emotional shutoff is fucking tripping because like sure, it may not be the outwardly just like, I got all this shit to say, I'm gonna make a whole scene and spectacle, but it's like you're tripping on the inside, you're just not showing it, and it's a shutdown, which is why a lot of people just like, I wonder what the fuck happened. Like, it's like you're having your own thing. It's just you're not even sharing it with you. It's just like, nah, this is gonna happen off the grid somewhere, and we're gonna pretend it didn't happen.
Man,
yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like to be. I don't like to put
processing emotions.
Nah, I don't care about processing emotions. Like, we have talks and we talk about emotional shit, but I just be feeling like some shit just don't require no emotional.
Well, it's because
lifting.
you're so emotionally disconnected that you don't want to take the time to apply an emotion to things.
Ricard, that is so crazy that you just said that. Because that's exactly his exact words to me. I'm emotionally disconnected. I have an emotional disconnect.
I can be emotional.
And it was towards a lot of things. It wasn't just in particular like your relationship, but you just have an emotional disconnect. And to me, you admitted that you have problems with connecting emotionally. So was that like a wake-up call for me? It's like, yeah, because we need to be emotionally invested in this relationship. So what are you going to do about it?
You could be emotionally invested without being emotionally properly connected.
I could be emotionally invested without being emotionally vulnerable.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's not true?
No.
You're not ever going to be. And the thing is, because like when you say you can be emotionally connected without being emotionally vulnerable, like it's not about saying I put enough emotions into it to say I'm connected. It's about putting in the amount that you see somebody's willing to reciprocate for you. So to say like I'm emotionally connected and it's like a pool and you see the other person in the pool and it's like, yeah, I'm fucking in there too and you got one toe. Like that doesn't fucking count.
I'm in there. Yeah. I'm in there.
No. And the relationship is drowning.
So are you saying I only have my toe in the relationship?
Emotionally, maybe. I don't know how well you guys handle things between. I don't know. I'll be waking up in the middle of the night and it sound like y'all niggas fucking yelling at each other and shit. I'm like, bruh, I'm trying to fucking sleep.
We never argued in the morning. I mean, in the middle of the night. No, we be knocked the hell out. Bullshit. And I don't even be here. I work night shift.
Bullshit, because I be waking up in the middle of the night now, like because you never know which noises are what anymore. It's like, is this a regular conversation? Or do we have an intruder in the house? You never fucking know.
So majority of the time, if we argue, we're probably like drunk, but it gets resolved. And that's something that we had to learn from each other too. Because we've had,
true.
No, we've had our
harboring some things.
No.
I'm harboring things.
Shut up. We've had moments like we really work things out. And I'm not like, each time is different. Sometimes we have to take a few hours to not speak to each other and, come back and reconcile. And that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, we just have that emotional connection where we know we'll eventually come back and we'll work it out.
I found that it's really important because before, in past relationships, I would be super prideful as far as like if we're at odds and we're arguing about something, I'll just fucking not talk to you or
you still do
fucking ignore you. No, I try to fix the shit. I'm talking about, I can literally, I will be on some, well, I ain't talking to you, I'm not calling you, you call me first, text me first, and I'm probably not going to respond, that type of shit. Mm-hmm. But now that I'm like more of, being more mature and knowing that shit don't really work out, like, even if it's something that it's not my fault, I have no problem presenting the peace offering. When before I wasn't like that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Fuck you guys. Because I feel
she said that. Like,
fuck
all right.
y'all.
I mean, I've never seen that, but all right. He says it exists.
Fuck both of y'all.
Okay.
Look, I'm working on me, man. I'm trying to get it. I spent a long time in them streets.
Okay.
I spent a long time in them streets.
Well, don't bring them that trauma.
And
to
it's
me,
a cold world out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cold world out there in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And now, now that I'm doing the monogamy thing and being a better person and things like that, and not running the streets, it's different. It takes a lot.
Your Honor, he's not running the streets. He's walking them now.
She said back problems. Nigga.
I'm walking the streets. You call me a prostitute?
Damn.
Yes.
Look, put your ass up the strip.
Hoe was life for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It was for a long time, and it's like I've done it. I've achieved all of my whole aspirations, and now I want to achieve monogamous relationship aspirations. I want to see
what are those.
What are my aspirations as far as being in a relationship? I want to build with somebody. I want to be able to do things with someone, be together and have goals and get married and shit like that. Like, look what we doing. We got a podcast together. We came up with this shit. We be going on walks and thinking of business ideas and shit like that. Like, I want to do, fuck you, nigga. I don't like this nigga face.
He gonna pull you to the side after this.
It's like, I can respect what you're saying, but it's like the way you were presenting certain ideas, it's like they just didn't necessarily add up. It's like a nigga be like, man, I got all these like ideas, like, I just really want to like start like, like my own business, man. And it's like, I got these big ideas and we can do stuff like, like selling cups. Like,
nigga,
cups.
Them red cups. What if you sold red cups? Red cups?
No, but not like on a large scale to like supermarkets, but like to kids locally. We'll sell cups to kids locally, but it's gonna be big, man. It's gonna be big, and I'm talking like worldwide,
locally,
but only in our city.
Only on this block.
Like these things are not. I feel the passion, but
look, I want to build a bond with somebody and do more than just be in a relationship together. I want a business partner, someone we can try to we have goals and try to accomplish them together, or somebody that motivates you to be better, and you motivate somebody else to be better.
Now, question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that's too much to ask?
Do I feel like that's too much to ask? No. Is that too much to ask of someone else? No, I feel like if I'm gonna be with somebody, they have to want to do that same thing.
Remember the initial talk? That's where all that shit comes out.
Yeah, I'm big.
We talked about it a lot. Like,
yeah, I'm big on the upfront shit. I don't give a fuck about how crazy that seems.
Well, Your Honor, he lied
people.
about his job.
I did not lie about my job.
He lied.
I lied about my job capacity.
He lied.
I was hurt.
Lied.
I was injured.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to tell somebody on the first date, yeah, I'm hurt, so I'm not working the job that I
fucking dating while
Your Honor,
hurt?
he works at a thrift store.
Just like them fucking pregnant bitches on Tinder. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, it's a market.
Yeah.
No, but my reason for not being forthcoming about that is because, one, you could have been a private investigator. Two,
why should I tell this truth to somebody who's lying?
No, I was like, two, why would I put that information out there like right away? Like I said,
for truth and honesty.
I told her what my career was, but I didn't tell her that I was like doing modified work duty, so I was really doing something else. But I still ended up getting hurt.
Does he know the whole story of what happened that day?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Tell the story out.
Okay, basically, I'm sitting here thinking it's his first day back from work on vacation. That's when we met. He was on vacation. And he's sitting here telling me, oh, yeah, my first day back to work is tomorrow. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, have a great day. And he's telling me, oh, I won't be able to talk to you, stuff like that. And all of a sudden, he calls me or texts me at like 12 maybe. And he's like, oh, I got injured. hold on, follow me. He's like, yeah, I got injured. I'm on my way to the doctor's right now.
I was on my way to the doctor.
So
I had got injured.
He was already injured, but he made it seem like he had just got injured on the job that day. He went to the doctor's. I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? Da-da-da-da. He's like, I don't know. I had like this ripple effect in my back.
Which was true.
He's feeling all the shit. So I'm like, oh my God, like, do you need anything? Like, what can I do to help you? And coming to find out, this nigga is reporting to the thrift store the whole fucking time. I was like, wow.
I was hurt. I was
like, I told you all true events. I just did not post a proper timeline.
That's what I told you. That's what I told her. I said, I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you the proper.
You lied. You had already been injured.
I just didn't tell you.
Lied.
That's a lie?
Yeah, because I had to fucking come to terms with that about myself too. Like when I started giving people like dishonest truths, it's like I'm not lying.
It's in their blood.
Yeah,
shit.
But you know this is not the way that it should be taken at face value. And I was like,
still told you the
truth. Did you ever think like, okay, how's she really gonna take this when I, come clean about it? Not like that, but you know what I'm saying, tell her the real
whole
thing.
Reason he fucking lied.
Yeah, because my thing is, you told me that you were, you had an injury. But my thing is, why did you fake that you were injured on that day? Because you basically repeated, you know what I'm saying? And you just made it seem like...
Because he needed a bigger...
Did you need a hug or something? What the hell?
No, he needed a bigger fucking window.
Can you repeat the question? Can you repeat the question, Your Honor? I didn't understand that.
Why are you fucking lying?
Look,
why are you lying? What?
I told you why I did not tell you the whole entire truth at the beginning. One, you could have been a private investigator. You ain't about to blow my case,
Let me tell you where he finally told me the truth, though. We went camping. So he decided to tell the truth in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
While we was drunk.
It's safe out there.
Very safe.
Yeah.
Like, the only other people that's going to hear you out there is a bear.
Who's
a bear going to tell?
We over here, having a jolly good time. Oh, babe, I lied. I work at the thrift store.
I didn't work at the thrift store. I was on modified... I could have dropped that
damn Douce so fast.
I was on modified work duty. I still...
Yeah, you modify this relationship.
Did you ever hear that song, Thrift Store?
Because look,
I was like, how?
So when you starting off talking to somebody and they're saying, and you tell them, and they ask you about your work, and you say, well, honestly, I'm not working right now because I got hurt. What would you think?
You need to be honest.
What would you think?
Because some people, that's a deal breaker. Like, I'm not finna be with you if you don't have a job.
Exactly. You could be like, this nigga lying about his job. Mm-hmm. That's what I would automatically think.
But if you could have came clean about everything, you could have said, oh, I'm not working right now. I'm like transitioning or whatever you're doing in a sense because I'm injured. That's all you had to say. The injury is back up enough.
Or even more so, like, regardless of the fact of, like, just take it for the fact that like these are your life circumstances, and it's like if you're trying to really build all these grandiose things, you should be doing it with somebody who's going to accept you for who you are in totality.
Exactly.
So if you tell her, I got these circumstances with my job, and she's like, that's not going to work for me, then you take that for what it is, and you say, that's goddamn right, you salad stealing motherfucker. You will never live this down, by the way.
Buy your own salad.
Ever. Oh my God.
I don't know. I just feel like, I already got the 4 kids.
I know. It's just you.
So
you already had that, so why the hell you lying? Just be honest. Because my thing is, if you lie, my thing is anybody else could be like, well, if you lie about this, what else you gonna lie about? Because now you a dishonest nigga from the jump.
It died? What about the other one? It's still going?
You did that last time. But yeah, my thing is be honest.
Audio though, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Just be honest from the jump because I labeled you as a dishonest nigga,
and
not a misfit.
It's very hard to bounce back from that one.
It is.
So hard to bounce back.
Because I'm like, what else is this man hiding from me?
Cheating son of a bitch.
She never found out.
Oh, she never found out. That's what I'm talking about, boy. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not fist bumping that.
Okay. Well,
no, I'm not proud of that.
I'm not proud of this shit.
Were you guilty? Did you feel guilty?
Man, and that's one of the things I hate most in life is like I hate having a guilty conscience like about anything. And it's like, I feel like your moral compass is there for a reason. Like, granted, some stuff that we beat up on ourselves about, like, maybe you shouldn't feel that bad about, but, like, what works for you and what doesn't as a person. And if you, like, start to cross that line, Like, I feel like it's a very slippery slope, which is why I feel so terrible. And it's like, I don't want to fucking slide any further down that, which is why it's like, nah, live as honest as you can be, because that's the best thing you can do to prevent yourself from feeling that way.
It just makes you feel free. Like, you don't have anything to hide. Because what if I was like, oh, I'm going to bring you lunch today to your job, and your ass ain't even there? You know what I mean? Like, that's...
The profession that I was working, you could not bring me lunch.
I get that, but I'm just hypothetically speaking.
That should be funny as fuck. Motherfucker pull up on you. Beep, beep, beep,
Timestamp. Oh, my niggas know what I do for a living.
I can't.
Look, that third story, man, that shit was...
But, hey, I stuck beside you through tough times. Still tough times, but...
Does anybody have any... This episode was supposed to be about dating.
I know.
Does anybody have any... We're gonna get this last little one in, and we're gonna wrap it up.
Uh-oh.
Do we? Let's have some... Any horrible date stories you guys have? Any interesting date stories that you guys may have?
I have one.
Okay.
I feel bad for talking about it. I just want to let it go. Like, I just want it to disappear out of my life.
Clearly, it's on your heart.
I know. It's so horrible.
Well, because, herpes doesn't go anywhere.
No, none of that one. No, I don't want to talk about that one. No, that was bad too, though. But no, this one, it was worse.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and unfortunately, he actually knows the guy.
Tell me about this outbreak.
Oh, God, this outbreak. Fuck off. No. So I was talking to this guy. You know, everything's online. I haven't seen him in person. He hasn't seen me. And he was out of town. He was flying back in, and he wanted to go on an ice cream date. Ooh. So I said, okay, you know, I'm going to be heading out that way, you know, to the Oakland airport. I'll pick you up. Stop.
What? You don't know what I'm laughing at yet.
No. It's so traumatizing. No.
I'm trying to figure out too. Like, I'm like, it's best to probably just listen and hear. But I'm like trying to think. Where does the left turn come?
You're gonna get a visual.
We talked about going on an ice cream date, and there's like niggas like, yeah, I'll pick you up on my ice cream truck. I'm like, oh shit, where's this going?
No, I agree. Like, I just made the effort. I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and pick you up from the airport, and we'll just go to get ice cream then. So that day comes, and I get to the airport. And I'm texting him, and I'm like, hey, I'm here. You know, I'm telling him what kind of car I'm driving.
Wait, sorry. Just to back up real quick. So you were picking him up from the airport. Did he live in the city?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm. So instead of, because I was already in his city. I was already out there. So instead of him, like, going home or whatever and, you know, just, it was just like, okay, let me just go ahead and pick you up, and we'll just go from there. Because it had to be, like, a quick little date anyways. So... Okay. I was like, okay, I'm here. I text him like, oh, I drive this kind of car. And he was like, oh, okay, I'm over here. I'm over here. He was like, I'm over here sitting. And I'm like, okay, do you see me? Like, where are you actually located? And he's telling me like exact coordinates. And I'm like, I don't see you. He was in a wheelchair. So this whole time, I'm thinking, I'm looking for a guy standing. Oh my God, I'm going to hell.
Wow.
This whole time, I'm looking for somebody standing with, you know, this red duffel bag, and I'm not seeing it. So I didn't know he was in a wheelchair. I did not know he was disabled, anything of that nature. My car is not equipped to pack a wheelchair.
It is. You just didn't want to make room.
Didn't.
You know, stealing salads is one thing, but discriminating against the disabled, I'm like, bruh.
And it's even worse because I left him there.
Wow. He didn't even have a way back. I mean,
he figured it out.
I guess you could say he had wheels.
You're going to hell, too.
I don't think they were intended for that level of distance.
You're going to hell.
I really felt bad. I still feel bad.
All right, question. Did he have the little gloves with the fingers cut off, like, to give him more traction? Wow, so you sent him home fucking raw?
Yeah. I had to because, for one, I was very disturbed. I was very disturbed
that's
because...
That's worse than the salad?
That's so much worse than the salad.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't do it. It was very dishonest of him because he didn't tell me.
Did you even say anything to him?
Yes. I told him, I said exactly what I was feeling. I'm just like, hey, I feel like you should have told me this because I can't put your wheelchair in my car. And I just feel like if you would have told me in advance, we would have...
If you would have moved your seat up a little bit, you could have fit it in there.
I don't even know what this nigga looks like, but I'm just picturing the sad visualization, just like, oh.
I felt so bad, but in reality, I'm like, you know what? If it wasn't for me, he was gonna have a way to get home anyways. But then all this shit started going in my head. I'm like, well, if I didn't come get you, how are we gonna go to this ice cream date? Are you still able to drive? So all this stuff started going through my head, right? So I'm really just psyching myself out at that point, and I'm just so disconnected. I'm like, I just want to go because I don't even know how to feel or approach the situation. And it wasn't the fact that I have anything against disabled people. It was the situation at hand that you lied.
Yeah, I feel like if you have to say that, that's kind of...
She has something against disabled people.
Yeah. She's like,
no.
them deaf motherfuckers, I can't stand.
Oh, shit.
No,
I just be talking and they don't never say shit.
Because what was I supposed... I mean, even if I were to, put his wheelchair in my car and we get the hell on, I'm still going to feel some type of way because you lied. So now I got to go through this whole ice cream date knowing that you lied, saying you disabled. And now I gotta help you get your wheelchair out, assemble the shit.
You don't have to assemble the wheelchair.
You put this motherfucker out.
I don't.
Now I gotta start looking for ramps.
Yeah, I don't drive a van. Like, what do you want from me?
You could park closer.
Yeah, you could have parked closer. You could have been parking closer.
Look, I didn't want to see if he can hop, skip, jump. I didn't want to see any of that. I didn't want to know what he was capable of doing. I was checked out. I wanted to go home, and I expressed that to him. It's not like I just walked off on some evil shit.
That was pretty evil that you said you just walked off.
But I told him
that
why.
was worse than...
Yeah. You got to really fucking rub it in his face. You got a car, and then you're going to choose to walk off?
Right. That's how fucked up. You ever seen that? You ever seen those scary movies? Like, I'm going to be the bigger man and walk away. Walk away. Damn.
Look, I made sure he was okay. I said, do you have a way to get home? Do I need, and then I'm like, shit, does Uber have disabled vans available? Okay. So see, I'm like at least trying to make an effort to make sure he gets home. But at the same time, it's a grown-ass man.
Fuck.
Do they? No, I think they got the Uber
Plus.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
No, it's Uber disabled.
No, it's
Uber accessible. It's Uber accessible.
Oh, so she knows.
No, I don't. No.
I was about to say, all right.
No,
how many disabled niggas have you had to send down this fucking path?
Cold-blooded.
She's like, don't worry, I'll do it for you. I got the app just for the disabled people.
I feel so bad. But, I mean, now, I can laugh on it now, but...
In all fairness, I'll say this. You shouldn't feel bad because what you thought and felt was fair. And I think execution in that scenario is what's important because, you don't have to disrespect a person, but, you can easily tell them just hey, you have not been honest and upfront for what it is that I'm looking for. And if you can't do that, I don't see this going any further than where it's rolling right now.
And bye. Where it's rolling.
Going down.
There goes your one-way ticket.
Hey, I'm just saying, it really hurt me.
Fucking, what the fuck?
You're making this so much worse. Why? Oh my God. I'm okay now. We can, I'm actually still friends with a person, on social media. Like I said.
She said he always got a seat at my table.
Your Honor.
You better not roll into my DMs again. That's all I know.
Your Honor.
Damn. Slide in there
You're going to jail. You're going to hell.
No, but since I can laugh on it now because of the situation. But at that moment, I was very wow, why couldn't you just be honest? That's why I don't like people who are not honest from the jump. So,
all right, see, relationships take maintenance.
So what made you stick
just
with
like
me?
his wheelchair.
You're hella disabled, but I'm still trying to figure out the disability.
We're
not going
with the S on the end.
Start on this.
It starts with either autism or Asperger's.
Asperger's? How you just accuse a nigga of having Asperger's?
It's one of them motherfuckers.
What is Asperger's?
You're gonna bring out the questionnaire. Bring out the screening.
You got to get screened for Asperger's?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. I didn't get
all
that.
On the spectrum.
What about you? What horrible dating experiences have you had? Something juicy, something interesting?
I really haven't had too many bad ones. The worst one was the one I was telling you about.
Tell us the story, nigga. We want to hear the story.
Oh, that's right. The viewers haven't heard.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this actually happened right towards the end of last year, right when I decided to get back into the dating scene. And this was me hopping back into the pool after taking a very long hiatus. This is close to 5 years. So I get ready to go on a date with this one girl that I met online. And, we talked and had a couple conversations. Things were cool. And I was like, okay, I feel some good energy. Like, yeah, let's see where it goes. So we go out, we go for a date one night. The first date was great, honestly. Like, it was good. Like, we clicked really good. Like, the energy was, the chemistry was there. And I was like, cool, you know? Like, we had a good night. We went out to a couple different places downtown and stuff. And
you get draws?
why does every fucking person always ask that? Like, I'm like, why does...
It's your brother.
Well, no, it's not just him. It's,
you know why he's asking.
Well, actually, I think it's more of a dude thing, because it's most of the guys that are just like, hey.
That's his ammo. That's his go-to. That's what he's there for.
Hey, one of your...
Did you get...
so anyway, I got the draws. I got the draws, and the next day I'm going home, and I'm like, this was cool. Like everything seemed cool, and everything was cool, you know, up until that point. Like, the only red flag that I had seen was the next morning when she started talking about her ex, and I was like, like, you know. Usually when you speak on your ex this much, and especially like in this was non-provoked. Like, I didn't bring up exes. This is her just started going into it. I was like, okay, you might not be over this completely yet. So I'm asking her about it, and she's like, oh yeah, you know, we've been broke up for a while and stuff like that. She said it was over a year. So I'm like, okay, like, you know, we go back to fucking cooling off period. And I was like, that's plenty of time to fucking be able to process that shit. But even still in my head, I was like, but the way you're going about it, I'm like, you might have needed more time.
Right.
So whatever. We that's the end of that date. And, you know, we keep talking throughout the week and whatnot. And we're planning for our next date. So the next weekend comes and we meet up again. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, and it's funny because we're just doing our regular day and everything, and at one point her ex starts calling her, and like, I'm like, that's weird, your ex is calling you, and it's like not even just not even just like calling, but like fucking aggressively fucking blowing her shit up, and I'm just like, that's not normal. I'm like, hey,
that's not normal.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a little different. So I'm like, hey, you know, like, you want to figure that out? Because I'm like, you seem kind of concerned too. And, you know, then, you know, she's like, all right, let me just see what this is about. I'm in the car with her, by the way, while this is happening. So she picks up the phone, and then she just gets into a fucking full-blown argument with her ex and everything. And, like, we have to pull over and shit like that. And I'm like, bro, like, this is a little much. So in the midst of this dude starts, like, going into, like, more of their shit and like showing more of his emotional side and shit, and just like, are you fucking cheating on me and stuff like this, and like starts going into that, and I'm just like, oh, okay, like, well, cheating on you means you guys would have to have been together at some point very
Look at this nigga putting two and two together.
Like, dots are connecting.
Hold on, wait a minute.
That nigga
right.
start writing notes.
Start fucking pulling numbers and shit, and I was just like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. I'm like, this is clearly something has not been resolved between you guys. So I'm like, you know what? Hey, can you please just take me back to my car? I'm not trying to do the rest of this shit, because I'm like, bruh, this is a little bit more than I was expecting, especially considering at the start of us talking, I told her, like, hey, you know, I ain't been dating for a while, and this is like really kind of something I'm trying to ease my way back into. So please just be very honest and transparent. She's like, yeah. And now the whole other relationship on the side. It's funny because I still didn't put it all together, because I was like, you never know what things could be. This could just be some super emotional dude, like, trying to cling on to something that's not there. Right. But either way, I was like, you know, you go handle your shit. I'm going to go home. I don't want to be a part of this. Hit me up when you figure it out.
She was driving?
She was driving.
Were you disabled? Just playing.
My wheelchair was safely in her trunk. So don't tell me that motherfuckers can't make a way. You salad stealing motherfucker. I'm never gonna let this go. Nigga, Caesars. What the fuck? Caesars. Nah, but anyway, so I felt bad because when that all happened, like, her ex or her dude actually was like going off. So I told her, I was like, hey, you know, just just to be sure this nigga don't kill you or something. Like, hit me up later when
Call me
this
when you
is
get
all resolved.
home.
Yeah, just let me know you all right. So that never happened. So the next day I was just like, hey, like, hey, everything all good? Like, you figure all that shit out? Never hear from her. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So like over the last 2 weeks, we have been like talking on my lunch breaks and whatnot. So I was like, let me hit her up and see, make sure everything's all good. So I hit her up. It goes to voicemail after like 2 rings. And then I get a text back from her phone talking about she already has a dude, back off. So I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. So I'm like, hey, they don't gotta tell me twice.
Right.
So now this nigga starts asking more questions and shit.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, bruh, I'm not participating in none of this. So I'm just like, nope, not talking to neither one of you niggas.
Yeah.
Couple days later.
If there's more.
Couple days
later.
As time goes by.
This bitch hits me up again and has the audacity to hit me up as if nothing happened at all. Like, as if just this was all just like, hey, how you doing? What's up? And I'm just like,
hey, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, I really didn't expect to hear from you anymore. Like, this is weird. Yeah, but, I was like, let's hash this shit out. Because I'm like, I would personally like my own closure, too, from this. So, for her, like, I could tell, like, this was a thing where it was just, she's the type of person, it sounds like, people do not hold her accountable for her actions in her life. And she does not live in the regular reality that most of us function in. And I mean, it makes sense because her dude sounded like somebody that's not quite all the way there either. And that's why y'all seem to have this perfect toxic combination that works well.
Right.
But it's just funny because I was like, I told her, I was like, I'm only keeping people in my circle that are proven they're going to be stand-up individuals. So I'm like, if that's not you, I'm like, that's all I was asking. I'm like, just keep it a buck. I'm like, do what you do over there, but just don't bring it over here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was like, yeah, let's just keep this shit for what it is. And if you want to be a better person, hit me up. And if not, keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah. And it's funny because I was like, this is it between us. But then a couple days later, now I start getting texts from calls from some random number. And I'm just like,
Connecting them dots again.
Yeah. So now I don't answer any of the calls, and then fucking motherfucker text me just like, hey, is this Travis? So anyway, this bitch had the audacity to name me Travis in her phone because she thought I looked like Travis Scott.
Fuck.
So this nigga was like on his detective shit, just like, Travis, I just gotta find Travis. So I'm just like, okay, just having this name thrown out at all, I was like, okay, you must be her nigga. And this dude was on the most saddest, insecure shit. Just, I need to know, did you guys hook up? It's like, just for my own mental health and stuff like that. And I was like, bruh, like, I feel bad for you at this point because I'm like, if you're doing all this, like, I told you, like, I'm like, if something like that happens, like, you either chalk it up and fucking let it go, or fucking man up and accept the situation for what it is. But like, don't fucking be crying about it and just trying
especially to another nigga. That's so
another
weak.
nigga who don't care.
Right. That's so. You look so weak doing that shit. That is embarrassing.
Totally. I was like, that is hands down. I was like, nigga, don't you ever fucking call me and humiliate yourself like that.
Right.
That is a lot to deal with.
Okay,
that's a lot
bro?
to deal with off of just a couple dates. You had the full experience.
More than that. Nigga, I bought the base game, but I got the motherfucking season pass.
You got the season pass?
Expansions.
Yes.
Nigga, all the DLC that comes in the future.
Well, sounds like things were rolling for you. Not quite for me.
Whoa.
I don't have any.
We were all past disabled people. And you just had...
I'm just a little triggered. No.
She said this is a real rough hump to get over.
It was.
We're not just going to be able to roll past this. Like,
no.
At all.
I've never had any bad dates, honestly. I've never had a date where like I had to leave.
This nigga was the bad date.
No, I've never had.
He was always more on the receiving end.
I've never had a date where like a girl got up and left. I never had a date where I argued with a girl during the date. I've never had no dates like that. Most of my dates go to the next date unless they were food digging in that. I want, which camera are we on? I want my fucking $30 back from you bitches because I always take them on the same dates starting off.
Use the same pickup lines.
Right. But I did have an interesting experience one time. So I met this girl on the internet one time, and it was strange. We was both out of a relationship, and we was on our here for a good time, not a long time thing, right? So we went on a date. Mind you, this girl was cute on the internet. She was up there. So she had a lot of likes on her pictures.
All the best filters.
She didn't have filters on the pictures. She just knew the angles.
Filters to me is anything that you use to present yourself differently than how you would be perceived in the most regular standard setting.
She wasn't even not cute in person. It was just that she didn't look like how she looked on her pictures. She wore glasses too, and it was like some thick glasses. And you know exactly what I'm talking about now. But anyways.
Wait, I do or she does?
No, you do.
She wanted to see where things were going.
But anyways, so.
Whoa, wait. Hold on.
Yeah, it was that one.
Because I don't know still.
Well, I thought this nigga. Wait.
He said, "Whoa."
Wait, hold on. But anyways, we went on a date, right? This is the first date that we ever went on. I only talked to her through the messenger and through text. So I didn't know her voice or nothing.
No! Okay, I think I know that.
I didn't know her voice or nothing. So I called her when I got to where the restaurant was, and she had like a deep ass, raspy ass voice, and it sounded like somebody's grandma. She sounded like what's her name on Friday? She was like, yes, I did on the phone. That's exactly what she sounded like.
Damn, so kind of Ethel.
Yeah, so we got to the date, and then I noticed that like she had like slave fingers. They're like there's rough looking fingers.
Slave fingers?
They look like she had been doing a lot of manual labor, like she was a mechanic.
Like the bitch got a special pair of gloves that she used at work that have not been working.
Right. Look, and then
like how many fucking times have you banged your hands with a hammer?
But we have been talking for like I think like 2 or 3 weeks. So I already done drove all the way out here. I was already invested. So
this nigga found a construction worker from the wrist down.
So we went out to eat, right? And then I found out that she smoked cigarettes. So
sorry, all right. I know I was talking earlier about double standards. I know this is really fucked up. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I feel like it's a little bit more acceptable for a dude to smoke cigarettes than it is for a woman. Like something about a woman smoking cigarettes, it's just like
dirty.
Not dirty necessarily, but it's just like, oh man, like that's a nasty nigga thing to do. Like, why are you participating in this activity?
By that time I had went too far. I had already seen the promised land. So I brought her back to the house, and one thing led to another, and we was about to do the do. Mind you, she said that she had been out of a relationship for 3 months. She ain't been fucking with nobody else, talking to nobody else. So we start getting undressed, and then I noticed that she had a lot of pubic hair. She was like, I ain't shaved. The pandemic. The wax lady ain't working because the pandemic. So I ain't been able to shave. I didn't even think I would have to because I didn't plan on fucking you tonight. And I was like, all right, that's cool. And then I gave her head.
You know, I honestly did not have a problem with any of the things that you said individually. But when you put them all together, it was like, and this isn't even like my problem. This is what, from your story, I'm perceiving as your problem that you went face first into. Like, Because, all right, unpopular opinion. All right, we're in this room. I've had enough beers, too. I don't got anything wrong with the bush.
I don't care about the bush either.
I'm like, in my opinion...
But it was nappy.
That's probably more opinion
But it was like...
Than...
It was like nigga hair.
Because
it was like back in niggas'
The
neck.
B2B?
B2B.
Oh.
Well, that's what... Wow, man.
I was drunk.
I don't date enough black women, so I'm like, it's like, you know.
Oh, yeah, we'll see that he ain't seen.
I have, and I understand this, like, you know. Well, I mean, because it's just like black hair. Like, you feel me? This length right here. It's not gonna. You can't place this nowhere and be like, oh, that looks presentable. Like, that's not how it works.
Well,
it's not.
But I think that was probably the most.
That's some desperate ass shit you just did. Ugh.
It wasn't desperate.
Mm-mm.
It was.
It was hell of a drunk or not.
It's only desperate if you can acknowledge this is not some shit that I would like.
I actually
still
didn't
gonna
care.
Find a way to like it.
If it looked appetizing,
the only thing that
know.
I didn't like was the cigarette part.
That's all?
Yeah, the cigarettes was the only, and the mechanic hands, the hands too.
What about that
Yeah,
fucking laugh?
This nigga, he knows what I'm talking about because that's how she gonna have to.
Oh Lord.
But that was probably the most interesting.
I like how that's your worst date.
I don't have bad dates. Literally all my dates.
What like Yoshi?
I didn't go on a date with her.
Oh, that's right, because we all participated in that.
Oh, man, that's it. Yeah, I didn't go.
That's not a date. That was just a bad night for all of us.
I took one for the team. Let me tell you, this girl was...
Well, how does that qualify as taking one for the team?
Because
what did we gain from that?
We got a ride to wherever we wanted to go. She sponsored our whole night.
What?
She sponsored the whole night. Maybe this was a different time that you was with me.
No, because I remember, but I'm like when you took us to Jack in the Box. You fucking bought a cheap bottle of liquor.
Nah, was that the same time?
Yeah.
Well, we was young and we was broke, so.
Which is why I'm like, let's.
She still sponsored the whole night. Everybody ate. Everybody got a ride to wherever we was going. She was giving me money and shit.
She's like, I went out there and had a ball for $15.
That meal was more than $15.
None of them niggas know better.
None of them niggas. She drove us all over the place. She used to take me all over the place. Get my hair cut, give me money, do all type of shit like that. She just was ugly. She was very ugly.
So you remember how I told you about that guy with herpes?
Yeah.
You want to know the end of the story? The end of the day?
Not if it resulted in you contracting herpes because we've been having sex.
Anywho, Your Honor. Okay, so after we came back from, drinking wine and stuff on a little wine tour, we went back to his apartment. And mind you, I'm still cautiously knowing like this man has herpes, but I'm too intoxicated to drive myself home.
Was there such thing as Uber? Was there such thing as Uber?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't know where I became dysfunctional at that night.
Depending on how hard how far you have to go.
Yeah, because I honestly...
You look at the prices and like, damn, that herps.
I can't. I just can't. Okay, look. I don't even remember getting back to his apartment. That's how drunk I was. So... all I know is I woke up.
Damn, you got that drunk off some wine?
Yes.
I mean... fucking made a cocktail. He's like, nigga, you take half a roofie, half a fucking whatever the fuck I'm taking.
Y'all.
This nigga said take half a roofie and half of his herpes medication.
I can't.
He mixed them motherfuckers together. Motherfucker won't know what happened.
The magic potion. Oh, God. That's sick to even think about. But no, I was hella drunk and I woke up and I was in his bed.
See?
I woke up and freaked the fuck out. I jumped out of that bed so fast. I was, what the fuck did you do to me? I was so scared. I thought he did something. I thought we did something. No, I was fine. Nothing happened. I asked him, I'm like, what happened? Like, what did we do? And he was like, nothing. You were just hella drunk. I just put you in the bed so you could be more comfortable. And I'm just like, this sounds like some rapist ass shit. So I started freaking out.
He had his shirt off and he had a tattoo across his chest that said Hercules.
Hercules. Hercules. Hercules, bro.
After this, I'm not talking about this shit ever again. I'm letting go and letting God.
Topic to bring up.
It was. But I was so traumatized from it. I went and got tested and stuff like that, just to be on the safe side.
Can you get? I thought you can't get tested for herpes. I thought you have to have.
No, I got tested just in general for anything.
No, she went to the doctor. She's like, "Can you test me for herpes specifically?" I was talking to this nigga last night. Did you have sex? No, talking to him. It was a lot of breath back and forth. It's a lot of breath. Am I okay?
Because my intentions were not to stay the night.
That nigga spit when he talk. I think that I got something.
Your Honor, it hit me right here.
I don't know. I sat on his couch a couple times.
I'm telling you, like, and it's a weird feeling because you start to feel weird. Like, everything is contagious. Like, you see your hands start to itch when you sit on the couch. Like, this shit is so awkward.
Your booty was just, it was dirty. That's probably
But no, I was traumatized. I ended, like, it was a horrible fucking day.
Looking at her, you contaminate my herpes?
And I felt really bad for the way I woke up and was just instantly attacking him. So I definitely apologized to him for that because I was like, what did you do to me? And, you know, making it seem like he really did something to me. And that was never there was never my intentions, though, to come off that way. But he had to realize I woke up in a panic. Yeah, because of the situation at hand, I had to panic. It was in my nature to panic. What the fuck just happened?
Well, no, I mean, I feel like that's a rational response, even like if you didn't have those circumstances.
Yeah,
I've been there before where I woke up in the bed with another girl's bed.
Bye.
No. I woke up in another girl's bed one time, and it was just like after a long night of fucking drinking and shit like that, and it's like, I don't know what happened, and I didn't have a chance to fucking process things. It's just I woke up, and it's just like, I probably shouldn't be here, and this feels wrong. So it was just like, oh, what the fuck's going on? Like,
yeah,
that's how I felt when I woke up in your bed that one time.
I'm sorry, what?
Remember? I was scared. She had pink sheets and shit, and we got really drunk. And I woke up and I was like, where the fuck am I?
You knew where you were at.
I didn't know.
When you woke up?
I was not aware. I was not aware.
I'm sorry. Well, I didn't do anything to you besides put a blanket over you so you slept comfortably.
That's all he did to you.
That's it.
The blanket made out of herpes.
That's a blanket statement.
It wasn't a Sherpa. It wasn't a Sherpa. It was a Herpa.
They don't all do. Damn. He's leading the way.
Because, baby.
One STD at a time.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I'm done talking about that.
We gotta end this podcast eventually.
We do. We got stuff to do. We gotta turn up.
We gotta turn up for my birthday. That nigga looking at another topic like, nah, nigga, we ain't get on. What was the other one?
I done already canceled all my plans, nigga.
First date expectations.
The what?
It was first date expectations. Fuck that topic.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I expect you to pay for my salad.
Well, yeah, we already know what the fuck you talking about.
With breadsticks.
On that note, then, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you
for tuning in to another episode of How Did I Get Stuck With You? Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, make sure you do all that shit. Make sure that you guys try to figure out who this expert male is right here. This expert right here, and invite him to be an expert on your podcast so he can be an expert on shit and with his expertise.
Exactly. But if you see him in the streets, run.
Run. That nigga has a gun.
Or Papa Willie.
Oh, no. You just went back to it.
Roll, bounce.
See, we know what you all about. We know what this motherfucker
I'm
is.
such a kind-hearted person, though. I don't mean any harm.
Hey, you know what? And
I don't
you're
mean
right.
any harm.
She gonna treat anybody kind that's eye to eye with her. If you fucking this low, nigga, Sparta kick straight to the face.
Look, I gotta make it do what it do.
She gonna roll you out into traffic at a stoplight.
Well, we still gotta do like, Eats, too.
Oh, okay. We got stuff to do then. Well,
thank you for tuning into another episode of, what is it called?
Why did I
finally figured out why I'm stuck with you. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
How did I get stuck with you?
How did I get stuck with you? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, follow all the social medias.
Leave some comments. Give us some more ideas.
Make sure you check out the Joyful Eats too, because we got them things going.
Yes,
so holla at us.
All right.
And I also do jokes on the side, so come find me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this nigga is a comedian and he's funny as fuck.
Well, you got to see him. I have yet to see him, but we'll make it happen.
When's your next show, my boy?
Hey, let's see. Not this coming Tuesday, but 2 weeks from now, that's gonna be because
That's perfect. I'll be on spring break.
Hey, I got a new little venue I'm fucking with, and they actually schedule shit ahead of time so you can know when it's good. So I don't gotta invite a bunch of motherfuckers for niggas to be like, well, you're not going on stage.
Damn.
Hey,
You heard it first. You niggas need to get y'all shit together.
Hey, if you don't want niggas to come and throw chairs at your venue, then fucking make this shit a little bit more cordial.
That's wild.
Wow.
That's wild to happen at a comedy show.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So yeah, check out my brother's comedy, and we out.
We'll holler. Bye.
Peace.